We dropped down. We had like 23 people on, and then we dropped right down to.
We're live, by the way. Yeah.
There we go. Right, YouTube, fuck with us. I'm gonna message everyone, try and get people back on. I understand that.
Could happen again. Sorry about that, people. By the way, sorry.
Is this a new link then? Is it a completely different link?
I think it would be a new link, yeah.
Motherfuckers. Is this it?
Right, we is live.
Got 4 watching. We've gone from them big numbers down to 4 because this fucking YouTube shit.
We don't know, Pat. We don't know what happened. I ain't got a clue, but we just got booted off the fucking air. So,
I must have said something fucking wrong again. You know. What do I do? Is this? Do I have to resend the link? Don't I? I mean, what the fuck? We were 16 minutes in. Shit. What's that about? Right. Is this on our live now?
We're all live and good.
Oh, good God.
Right. Let's try and roll with the punches, man.
We're going to have to. I'm just sending out another link to everyone on Telegram and whatnot. I'm sorry, people. I'm so sorry that happened, that YouTube just didn't like what the fuck we said at some point in it. So it is what it is. It's just...
Definitely because we was talking about 5G and China. Don't mention China, says Danny Bryan. Exactly that, man.
Something, wasn't it? Right. No reason. We've never had that before. We've never been shut down before. We've never just been taken off. And for both of us to go down like that, normally it's just one person would get taken off and the other person would be left sitting there like, what the hell was that? But that was both of us at the same time. Like, that's fishy as fuck, isn't it? That's not just some normal banning shit. That's not. I don't know what that was about. I apologise to everyone. And whatever. So it's what it is.
Is what it is, man.
But we're back.
We're going to get these ones anyway. This is going to happen every now and again. So getting these fruit flies everywhere.
Thank you for sticking around, being patient with us. But that's never happened before where we've both been fucked off. That's well suspicious. If it was one of us, I'd say, shit, the connection went down. But for 2 people in 2 different parts of the country, nah, I'm not buying that.
It was the Russians.
Moving on.
Maybe it's because we had Tony Topping on last time. MI5's catching up with us. CIA shutting us down.
Mr. Topping, motherfucker. Do you want to invite the guest on? Let's get him on. See if he's still hung about. Fucking poor fucker sitting there at 20 minutes. Waiting for us to get our shit together. Thanks, YouTube.
Did he accept my invite, though? I've got to wait this over here for a second. Hang on. Why don't I turn this off? Let's give everyone a nice image to look at. Here we go. There's my boy.
Shit.
He hasn't accepted my... If you're watching this, Crusader, you haven't accepted my Skype invite.
Get your ass back on here.
So...
I can't believe that. That's proper thrown me, that has.
Yeah?
Taste in my mouth. Yeah, pardon me. Sorry about that burping. Right, hello, Danny Byrne. What's happening, geese, as always? Hey, what's
happening, mate?
Hello.
How you doing, fella? Yeah, you might want to mute that, bro. You might want to mute the stream because we can hear it.
Yeah, live stream volume down.
Oh, fuck. Hang on.
All right, dude.
Yeah. It's all right. Turn it down.
Nice one.
Windows 95. You have a giraffe. What's that? Yeah, it's the Crusader in the house.
How we
How you
doing?
been, brother? You good?
Nice one. Thank you for inviting me on, guys. I've been looking forward to this.
No worries, mate.
That's all, geezer.
We're having a bit of trouble, but we're rolling with
Yeah,
it.
I don't know what that was about, dude. I don't know if you saw that in the live stream, but we got both taken off. So we must have said something wrong. And upset someone. That's very strange for us.
Yeah, well, I thought it was my Wi-Fi had gone off again. I thought, for fuck's sake, like right now, you know. But it wasn't. Like, and then I could see your intro thing still going. So I knew something was up. And then, like, happy days, when you were back on, it's like, yes. So what was it?
Yeah.
Just a technical issue?
Don't know. Still don't know. I think it was MI5.
Yeah.
Understand. Probably one of my kids pissed on the router or something.
It might be a Christmas Carol. That's the thing, though, bruv. This is what I'm saying. Like, if it was just one of us, then one of us still would have been left on. So what the fuck? I don't know. It's odd. Like, it's, you know, both to get shut down. Like, it's not right. So Nick, I want to ask you while you're on it. What got you into the movement? Why did you decide to become a patriot and get out in the get up you do, and you know do what you do every week?
Yeah, right. Well, I'd been following Tommy Robinson back in the day, like when he was in EDL, but I wasn't like really into it like I was now. It was just somebody like an icon or somebody to follow, you know, because my family, my brothers, a couple of brothers were in EDL and stuff like that, although I never actually got involved in any of it, but I was kind of like a little bit excited by it. Like, you know, obviously I just went about my day-to-day life for a few years, like not really thought about being patriotic, although I've always been patriotic, but never in a way to go out there and express my feelings or anything like that. And then I started to catch up with Tommy when he was online sometime before.
Was that Twitter or on Facebook? Because just for context.
It was when when I started to catch up with Tommy and the movement. It's when he was on Facebook, before he got shut down on Facebook. And he had all these demos going on all over the place, including the ones up Oldham and all the rest of it, where he was running for MEP and you know, everything that was going on, the left and the muzzies and all that lot being protected by the police, where our lot, patriots and everything, were being persecuted and being trod into the ground. It started to boil my piss gradually, bit by bit. And then, you know, there was times when I wanted to start attending some of these demos, but because of the situation I was in, I couldn't afford to. So I was working my ass off 7 days a week to sort everything out.
Has that affected your job in any way at any point? Have you ever been pulled up for the stuff you do, or is it you've kept it up wraps?
No. I am self-employed.
Okay.
I'm self-employed. I do traffic management. You know, I work through my limited company. I subcontract to different companies. If one gets the arsehole with me, the next day I just work with somebody else. It's simple as that.
I think that's a lot of the way, like if I can just interject here, I think that's a lot of the way people on like your side of the movement have to operate that way, because I've had a close friend of mine lose his job over being involved in a certain political party, and not a particularly extreme one, not at all. if I'm honest. I don't want to go into too much detail because it kind of gives it away who it is. I don't want to put no one at risk for the sake of my fucking podcast. But this tends to happen where, like, I'm worried. Do you know what I mean? I've got a speech coming up on the weekend that I'm doing for a certain political party, and
I know, yeah.
I'm just an advocate for freedom of speech. If I can make myself clear here, like, I kind of do tend to lean to the right, but that's a way a lot of people like you have to operate in this political climate, where things can be, oh, you follow Tommy Robinson, and obviously you're a racist, and it's like, well, what did he say that was racist in the first place? Because I think it's perfectly acceptable to criticise a religion, which I'm Church of England, so people can criticise my religion all they like. I love the films taking the piss out of it, like Monty Python, anything like that. I find it fucking hilarious because it should be open to criticism and ridicule. But like, sorry to let you get back to your thing. So that's where you stand on it. Like, with your job type thing, you being self-employed kind of keeps you protected because you can jump from job to job.
Yeah. Of course. But there has been times and recent demos where I should have been at work and I've blagged and I've got out of there, and I know I've not been missed or anything like that, and I've spent the whole day at a demo and still getting paid for it, you know.
I'd miss you, mate.
Yeah, I keep my working life and my personal life and everything like that completely separate. I did have one or two friends from my work on my Facebook, but I deleted them again from the pure fact that I like to, post my stuff. And I didn't want that conflicting. That looks nice, whatever that is.
Juice IPA. Sorry, I'm just shamelessly plugging there because I love my, beers and IPAs and shit like that. So I was shamelessly plugging there, not trying to interrupt you. Sorry.
No, but anyway, as I was saying, I started following Tommy Robinson quite some time back when he was on Facebook and everything, and I started seeing these various demos popping up all over the place. But like I said, financially and everything, I couldn't afford to go. So I was just like joining the Tommy Robinson groups and the other stuff. That's how I gradually come across Telegram. When Tommy Robinson got banned completely off of Facebook, YouTube,
as I did.
All the rest. I did. All the rest
got banned on Facebook.
All the rest
did I do wrong?
I'm still on there, man. I'm still on there.
Yeah, that's when I knew about. That's when I learned about Telegram and everything, and that's when I gradually got to know. Well, all the people I know now in the movement, I got to know since we all connected and become one. On
it's a funny one, that Telegram. It's I do find there's too many people involved in a bit too much infighting and stuff like that. I don't want to shame them or call people out here, but just if like me and you, we have got along like house on fire since we met. I remember you were one of the first people to sort of come up to me when I turned up at the movement after I sort of, cheers boys, cheers.
Oh yeah, boys.
Chingy. But I got myself sort of known after being in the movement for, what was it, like 2 years or a year or so. I don't remember what, but I sort of joined TRR. I kind of kept myself under wraps. I was worried about my job and kids and things like that. And then I thought, fuck it, I could be a funny bastard on there. And I made silly videos. That was all I did. And it kind of picked up. And then I thought, you know what? No, I'm not, although I'm not, I don't want to tie myself completely to the right wing, but because I kind of think in different ways, and I'm open to have my mind changed at all times. I think that's a silly way to live, is to kind of get yourself in tunnel vision and sit in echo chambers and just hear the same things over and over again. Why not try and talk to other people? And I've been trying to get some leftists on this show. Believe me, I'm really trying to get people from.
They're avoiding us like the plague, man.
They are. I don't know what it is with them. It's so hard to get them on here. That's why
I don't even label myself, man. If you called me right now, I'd just be like, "That's what you see me as." I ain't saying it with my mouth.
Kind of neutral, like we can't stress that enough. he's kind of neutral. I kind of lean more to the right, but
I'm a commie. I'm joking. Everyone just stopped. I was expecting you to carry on talking as well.
Yeah,
5 viewers now. 5 viewers.
You know what I mean? Like, we've been friendly. Like, we had a guy who's nothing to do with the movement on last week, and he was great, Tony Toppin. He come on, he spoke UFOs, he spoke what he thought, you know, and we let him get on with it, and that's what we want. We want the left to kind of feel comfortable enough to come on here and hopefully break down some fucking barriers, because we kind of get ourselves in these echo chambers, and then we don't open up our minds to listen to the rivals, listen to the enemy, and kind of counteract their arguments with our own, and then see if we can find some fucking common ground. And you were one of the first people to approach me and be kind enough to sort of give me a little tip of the hat and say, hello, Antifa, didn't see it. And I was like, oh, hello, dude. Like, fucking shook your hand, and I kind of recognised who the fuck he was. I was like, oh shit, you're that guy. So
I'm truly grateful for you saying that, you know, I was one of the first people to come and approach you, which I didn't know that, obviously, but, you know, that kind of, you know, that felt good. That feels good to know that, yeah, you know, but like I say, I'm welcoming with anybody, wherever they're from, you know, whatever their colour or anything, you know,
it's bullshit. Colour things and skin pigment is bullshit. I'm one of them people. I think it's more cultural. I think the issues we have in amongst cultures in general, and that includes our own. I mean, I think we run the world for car thieves and and bank robbers and shit like that. Don't get me wrong. You know, white people. If you wanted to lump all white people into one thing, we do have certain criminal elements that are prevalent in our society and our culture. There's no doubt about it. There's no getting away from that shit. You know, the gentleman gangster, the you know, that kind of vibe. The ones that are glorified in films and shit like that is kind of our forte with, you know, robbers and armed robbers and shit like that. We do have issues in our fucking thing, and we kind of recognise shit like that. But if you try and go the other way with things and try and mention things that, hang on, there's grooming gangs and knife crimes and gang violence prevalent in other cultures, you kind of get shamed for it. And it's like, well, so I can admit what our issues are, but then you mention it about another race or another culture, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So I do think that's more a cultural thing. And I was having a debate with someone on Telegram the other day. He was very, very, very right wing, almost far right to an extent with what he was saying. And I kind of brought that up, and I said to him, now, me being a God-fearing Christian dude, I bring up my kids in a certain way, and I won't tolerate certain shit off them. Do you think if I adopted a child from another race and I brought that child up as my own, as an English person, do you think that child would then go into the crime you're talking about? You know, like a grooming gang or stabbing, or depending on what race it was. Do you think its race plays that much of a role in the way it will turn out as an adult?
Yeah, I know.
I actually got someone from that side of it, the very, very far right side of it, to question himself on that.
Yeah. I was shocked with the group on Telegram, that For Britain or something. I only heard about it by somebody else, one of the other lads, and I looked at it, and all that was on there was anti-Semitic, you know what I mean, anti-Semitic stuff, or whatever you say it. All this Hitler propaganda bullshit, and it was unreal, like, you know, it was pure love for the Nazis and all the rest of it. And, you know, so I went in there and I wound a few of these idiots up and stuff, but I left it. I come out of that group. It was just too much, just too full on. And I didn't want to be associated with that shit, like, you know.
Problem is with that lot, if I could just say there, because I know the lot you're talking about, and we do have, and we have to admit this, we do have on this side of the political spectrum a real problem with alt-right trolls, where they will say the most offensive things on a basis of 50-50. Like 50% they mean it, and 50% they are doing it for shock value and to piss people off. Because us on the far left have their issues as well. Because the left side of it, they have the far left, which just go around calling us lot Nazis, calling us not us lot all sorts of things. Nazis, fascists, bigots, sexists, homophobes, Islamophobes, and all this shit. And 50% of it's true and 50% of it's not. And we also have the alt-right, which get on there and call people the N-word, the K-word, and other shit that obviously I can't say on the stream. I believe in freedom of speech, but at the same time, I don't want to give the other side any ammo to kind of throw at me in the future. But you get what I'm saying, and I know where you're coming from. If you go on there, some of it is proper despicable, like to the point where it's like, oh, shit, man, why are you doing this in here? And I do actually question some of it. I think some of them may be far left infiltrators getting in there and tarring us. Like, because as soon as something's said in a group, I've had this being a part of TRR. Someone says something in our group and then we get labelled with it. And it's like...
I mean, that's what I wanted to say. None of us want to be tarred with the same brush as that. But when you're associated with certain groups, like the one that you've got your meeting and chat with soon...
it's fine. Plug it. It's fine.
Yeah, I was obviously a member of that group myself. But when you're doing a speech or whatever for a particular group, you will without a doubt be labelled straight away as far right or whatever from the opposite side. Whether you are or not, like I say, you don't want to.
It's dangerous. I'm risking quite a lot doing this. Like, I mean, I'm doing a speech. I'm doing a speech as a guest. I'm actually not a Britain First member. You know, I'm not.
A friend of mine was when Tommy got locked up that day, when he happened to get off the train station, and the guy that I'm friends with, he was doing jury service up the Old Bailey on a different case at that same time. And he see Tommy walking along, and I said to him, why didn't you get a selfie, etc.? He said, no, well, I couldn't, because he's on a jury service, and he'd probably get thrown out of that and probably get fined or whatever. I don't know. And not only that, he was a bit worried about his job position also, whereas with me, I haven't really got much to lose. I mean, I work for myself sort of thing, and I've had a few arguments with other work colleagues in the past when they've realised that I've been a bit of a fan of Tommy. But, I've got through that. But, like I say, my patriotism grew sometime after when Tommy got not locked up, sorry, when he was on Facebook, got shut down off Facebook and all the other groups and the other social media and YouTube and all the rest of it. It's when he mentioned, or when they mentioned Telegram, obviously that's when I got to know everybody, and that's when we started to become a family. And over the period of time, since those Telegrams kicked off and started, I've met a fantastic bunch of people, and everybody's like
mostly I've met nice people.
Yeah, and and then like I say, but as things started happening and everybody started getting battered by the police and all the rest of it, and when Tommy, like, despite my position before, but when Tommy got locked up, that was like the final straw. That's where I thought, nah, fuck this. I'm not having this. Like, I need to get out there and do something. I need to contribute and be part of this.
Yeah.
But also, I've always known I've been good with a camera and stuff. Can
I just commend you for that? Like, you actually get some really good footage, like nigh on every week, and it's kind of a 360 view, and you're there. It's an endless film. There's no way anyone could misconstrue your footage because it's not chopped up. It's not, it's there for everyone to see. This is how the fuck it happened, and I've got to give you a recommendation for that.
I appreciate that, but
pulling up some pictures.
I've been told. I mean, I've been told by other people, friends, family, just other associates that I've always they've always said to me, I've got a good eye with the camera. Several people on Telegram and everything have said, I've got a bit of a unnoticed talent there and everything like that, and I welcome all feedback, whether good or bad. But most of it's been positive, and that was another thing that drove me to get out there, as well as wanting to do my bit and take part in these demos and being a patriotic person that I've always been. Anyway, that was one way of being able to express myself within the movement through my camera. And it's just grown from there. And, I've got to know a lot of the top figures within the movement. I've met some fantastic people. Like I say, as soon as I saw you, Luke, up London, I had to make a beeline for you and shake your hand and meet you and all that.
Well, this
oh shit! I wasn't allowed to show that.
that just got me, So I was like, yeah, there's the man. I've got to fucking get a selfie and say hello and shit, like, The only person I haven't met yet is Tommy. The only person I've not met yet in person is Tommy. He's the one that I need to get a selfie with, etc. But my first actual demo, I must admit, was when Tommy got locked up in Belmarsh, and there was the Belmarsh demo. Because I live literally about, well, put it this way, I don't live too far from Belmarsh, a stone throw, like, so that one was easy for me. But that was my first demo, and ever since then, I've been at all of them. I've been up Telford for that grooming demo. I've been to the Melanie Shaw demos. And whatever else has come in between that I've been able to get to, the most biggest ones have been the DFLA, Brexit marches.
Yeah. I've been to a few of them Brexit and DFLA ones. And can I just point out that London Patriot, I know this guy personally. He's a cool guy. He just brought up that some of the best footage that you pull up.
Yeah, I see.
In slow motion and shit like that, and that's very important that you do that.
When the lad took a beating from the police and was down on the floor, also down to when it kicked off with the police and the police drew their batons and everything like that. When they were striking on our lot, it was at that point that I slowed it down, zoomed in on their numbers and everything like that. So if anybody requires it, they can use that, no problem. I like, if I can expose a moment, I will do it. And like I say, since then I've not looked back, and I've become more passionate within the movement day by day. I just aim to carry on. Obviously, I'm trying to grow my channel. Patriotic Crusader on YouTube. I'm obviously trying to
please plug it.
Yeah, it's getting there. It's growing slowly, slowly but surely. I don't expect it to happen overnight. But it would be nice when I get at least 1,000 subscribers, because obviously I can go live legitimately. Because at the moment I'm using the YouTube Studio as if I'm using my laptop, and also Streamlabs app, which for a while it does work okay, but then it does start having its complications. Whereas if I'm doing directly through YouTube, it should work better.
Just be careful that you don't end up like us and get shut down for no fucking reason every now and again, and fuck your stream up, and shit like that happens to us, and it's like, why?
I've got 2 YouTube accounts. My other one's like just based on travel and everything, because obviously, I go to Thailand. I'm with a Thai wife.
I was going to ask you about that a bit later on. So save that.
No
worries. But carry on. Go on.
Yeah, I mean, the name's Jeff, like, but I say no more.
My name is Jeff.
Yeah, my Thai wife's named Jeff.
That's a real Taiwanese name, isn't it? Yeah, it sounds. I think I've heard that one before. Hello, Jeff.
You know what? And in a moment, I'm going to take all this mask off and that because I'm dripping under this, and I want to.
Do you gotta do? Do you gotta do? If you need to turn the camera off to keep your face hidden, please do. Like, there's no worries in that.
I won't be exposed that much, right?
Oi.
Yeah.
Save that for the marches.
Yeah. No, you know, fuck Antifa. I'm sorry, guys. Any Antifa out there, but I don't think now is the moment to share my Pokemon card collection with you all. I was going to try and, yeah.
We was talking about that. Eating their Whatsits in the basement, sharing their Pokemon cards, doing their Dungeons and Dragons, wanking off to weird anime porn.
Now I'm going to wonder how they're going to get their hands on my Doctor Strange card. But it's not going to happen. Sorry.
I've claimed that. Sorry. That's mine.
Yeah. I'm still here. Just give me a moment. I'm just going to strip this off and be back to my normal self.
Yeah, go on, son. Go and have a wee if you need one. In the meantime, because I'm gonna read through some of the comments. Also, I thought you were. That's from T. What's that? TWX. Yeah, I'll get you. Kath Kelly. I think we need to build gallows in the public square and let them see us do it as patriots, because we have to stop the evil. Even the judges are corrupt. I'd love to run this nation. It would be boxed. Well, there you go. Oi. What's happening? Is there another demo on the 30th? Yeah, I want to plug it on here if anyone wants to turn up to that on the 30th. Apparently, London Patriot putting it out there. What's happening, Ferry? My man from the Dutch, from Den Haag. I've been to Den Haag. I don't think he's from Den Haag. Here he is. How you going, Geese? Alcatraz Triathlon. Is that something you partaked in?
What is it? Bow, bang, bond.
Bolt.
Bow. Yeah. Bow, bang, bolt.
There you go. BBB.
Yeah, that's from a go-go bar in Thailand. That's Alcatraz go-go bar. Yeah. That's it. I feel back to myself. I feel like fucking Mr. Ben, like, you know, in one end of the wardrobe and out the other.
I don't recognise you anymore, man. I don't like it. You have to put it back on, mate. Sorry, but they're like, oh, he's on the old Nelsons. He's on the Nelson Mandelas, is he? There you go.
Yeah. Nah, fuck it. You know, I came on as Patriotic Crusader. That's my main disguise, my icon, and everything like that. That's my overall. You know what?
That's your superhero. I'll tell you what he's like. He's like Superman, right?
It's like when Burt Reynolds and everything in Smokey and a Bandit, and what's his
Captain
name?
Chaos.
Yeah, they call him
Chaos. Oh shit! Good man. Yeah, I've got to plug that. The Melanie Shaw demo on the 30th of November. That's the one. Yeah, and Vicky Story said you're more like Zorro. There you go. Stella actor. No, Stella is the wife beater.
Yeah.
Fish tank. Is that your fish tank, brother? What you got in there? Is that
Sorry. No, is that your fish tank? What you got in there?
I've got Malawi cichlids.
Ah, he's in the exotics, is he? Yeah, top man.
Mostly Malawi cichlids. You can probably see ourselves on TV over there.
Oh, nice. Just look at that on the big screen. One day I'll be up there, bro. One day I'll be up there.
Oh, well, I'll just take you a little closer.
Let me have a look. Yeah, look at me flexing the guns. Look at me, yeah. Hey, I needed a license for these fuckers. You know that. The old government put me on lockdown for these illegal weapons, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's the old fish.
Oh, man. You need to get a mantis shrimp in there, man. You know them fuckers, man, just punching things in the face, killing them.
Yeah. I had one time I had one of these, like, I think it was a blue clawed lobster thing, like, you know, and I used to have loads of them neon tetras in the tank. I had about 30 of them. And then, like, over a period of nights, they were gradually getting lower and lower in numbers, and I couldn't work out where the fucking hell they were going.
Oh,
And,
I know. Right.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know, like, you know, and because I thought, well, it can't be that lobster thing because, like, they're slow and shit. But what I found out later on, you know, literally at night, they just sit there like that. And one of them things, because the tetras and that of a night, they slow down and they're there. But it wasn't a trace, not even a scrap. Not even a scrap of a scowl or anything, you know.
They'll eat anything. They'll eat anything. They're bottom feeders, so they're like omnivores. They'll just sit there and whatever comes, they're fucking eating it. It's like bears of the fucking sea. It's madness, man. Because I actually keep tarantulas and scorpions and shit like that, and I've got a few fish in my kitchen as well.
You know what? So, I used to have all that sort of shit myself. I had a few royal pythons and everything. With spiders, I had 5 spiders. I had a chili rose, which was my first one. I called Boris.
Yeah, I had one of them. Yeah.
I had a Mexican red knee.
Yep.
A Brazilian white knee.
I've got a Brazilian white knee in the kitchen. Yeah, for real.
A pink toe, which was a little black furry thing with little pink toes and that died after a while. And I had a cobalt blue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've had all that.
Still got the shells. I've still got the shells of my spiders in my room, like, you know what I mean? But but when I started going away on holiday and all the rest of it, because they're the sort of thing that you need someone there, they've got to be fed every day and all that with the crickets and all that stuff. And, you know, it just become a bit hard to manage. The snakes were okay because sometimes they didn't feed for like about once every 3 months or whatever, you know, and I've been bitten by them fuckers before. But, yeah, so eventually I got rid of all my reptiles because I had a couple of big bearded dragons as well, like, you know. Yeah, I used to have all that stuff, mate. Yeah, so we got something like a mutual.
Yeah, we have.
Thing
got a
there.
mutual interest.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who's interested in that stuff as well a little bit is Paul Golding, because he messages me every now and again about spiders and stuff like that because he found out I was into it. And he knows his shit a little bit. I'll give him that. I was like, you actually, you know, asking relevant questions here, not just novice ones.
Yeah, I mean, he's quite a clever guy. I mean, I got on all right with Paul and that. You know, I don't really hear of or speak to Paul much now, but, you know, occasionally, like, you know, I speak to Ashley online or comment or leave reply to him or something. But, you know, like I say, I was with them, but unfortunately I was booted out from their group because Andy Edge got the arsehole because I, on the same day that they had one of their local ventures, which was to be down at Dover, you know, trying to get the migrants coming over on the beaches, I went to the Melanie Shaw demo, which was a lot bigger. And the way I see it was a bit more of a worthy cause, you know, through what she's been through. And because I went to that demo and didn't go to their day of action, that like Andy kicked me out. So, you know, that's their choice at the end of the day. But
bad blood there. But like, you know, freedom of speech, you can say as you see it. So
exactly, I don't hold grudges or nothing. And you know, I had a bit of a good time. You know, I could have gone far in that movement. You know, I was doing all right in a short space of time. But like I say, you know, because of me being patriotic and getting into more worthy causes, and like I say, you know, instead of travelling about 40 minutes from where I was working to be at Dover, I ended up driving that day about 3.5 hours to go up to Nottingham to the Melanie Shaw demo. And obviously I was persecuted for that, but still, you know, like I say, it's just one of them things. But there's no grudges, nothing like that.
That's very mature. I'll give you that. That's actually, I think that's the right way to go about things, because in this movement we do get a lot of let's say the infighting and arguments between each other, and unfortunately the only thing it fuels is the left. Like the only people that win out of us doing that is the left. And I just want to stress, like, while we've got this moment here, to the mediators, to the group admins and things like that, if you see it going on, can we just suggest to people that they take it to inbox? Just so that we don't get the screenshots out there and people flagging each other off and no one else wins but the left. Because then they, like, I see my good friend Lee from APW. He stresses this every day. I see him not arguing, but telling people day after day, take it to the inbox. Stop it on here. Take it to the inbox. Just.
But people don't.
I've got to commend him for this. He's always there, just telling them, "Look, fuck that off," because then he will share screenshots of the left taking the piss out of us for it, and it's like,
yeah.
Dudes, can you just? Well, dudes and women. I mean this because some women are just as bad, and I am not. I'm not immune to this problem. I've had to sort a few people out and have words with people on there beforehand. And I forgot myself. I'm human. I fuck up, and I've done it and had rows, public rows, and I think, oh, for fuck's sake, I'm one of the people putting out videos telling people to stop this. So is Paul Golding. Paul Golding puts out videos for people saying, look, please, can we stop the info? You know.
Yeah, I've seen them. Yeah.
So while we're here. And I commend you for that. You've been a top man about that. You haven't slagged them off. You've just said it from your point of view, which there's nothing wrong with. And you've just said, look, this is what I think happened, and that's that. And I commend you for it. That's good of you. You know,
I've always been known for speaking my mind and saying it how it is, whether it's good or bad, whether somebody takes it the wrong way or a good way. But I don't believe in beating around the bush. I get it from my mother. God bless her soul. But you know, yeah. Well, like I say, she's in. You know, she used to be the strong one in the family. Like I say, you know, I get my stubbornness and like me attitude.
Used to be. She's still here, brother. She's still here. She's looking down at us.
Yeah. Well, no, she's not. She's not over there. Like she's in the care home. No, she's in.
I thought you said
that was funny.
She's on Cloud Cuckoo. Like, I mean, she's in like a care home. You know.
Oh, right. That's what you meant. Sorry. I apologise.
That's all right. So no worries, man. I mean, you didn't know, but she, like I say, she's in a care home. She's got Alzheimer's and everything. But and it's been tough on us because over the past year and a half or so, it just came on and it's just hit her hard. And now, half the time, she don't even know who we are or anything. But she used to be the law in the household. My mum reminds me of like when you see the movie The Craze. And like old Violet Cray, like how the mother was with the two.
Oh, that's why you're like what you are, because you could never do no wrong. She'd always stick up you.
Like that is literally my mum. If the police were hassling me and my brother, she'd be outside in her dressing gown and slippers at 1 a.m. fighting with the police outside. Whereas my father,
my boy,
the old rolling pin, like you know, the old rolling pin and everything. But my old man used to stay indoors. My old man used to stay indoors. He wouldn't say boo to a ghost, like, you know. But like I say, I get my mannerism and everything from my mum. Exactly that, you know. Even though, like I say, she's a completely different person now. But yeah, I get all that from my mum. You know, like I say, I don't believe in beating around the bush. I try, you know, I say it how it is, and like I say what I think and what's on my mind. Like I say, whether it offends someone or not. But I don't intend on it offending anyone. I like to get my point across, and that's it. Like, you know, however it's taken. And but like I say, you know, I fell out with one person like from Britain First because they booted me out purely because I went to, like I say, a different demo, and a demo that I see as a more of a worthy cause. And a whole lot more worthy cause. Whether they thought of it like that or not, I don't know. And to be honest, I don't really care. But you know, like I say, I haven't got any dislikes for anybody within that, you know, because I've made some good friends within Britain First, and I'm still friends with a few of them now, 1 or 2 from up north and a couple from down south, and 1 or 2 that they've been on the recent demos and stuff. So, you know, it's all good. There's nothing lost there. And like I say, you know, I've not fell out with Paul or Ashley or anybody. You know, I may not have spoken to them much, or you know, Paul keeps himself to himself anyway. But you know, but yeah, there's no grudges.
I ain't gonna lie, I like him. He's been good to me, and to offer me the opportunity to speak at an event, I was very humbled. Very humbled, and as an advocate for freedom of speech, I did question it. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I questioned it because of Britain First history, Britain First being in trouble with the law and stuff like that. I thought to myself, "Oh, this is risky." Do you know what I mean? This is risky. It's a risk. But then my better judgment got, better judgment. Then my judgment got the better of me, and I thought, do you know what? I shouldn't be told where I can and can't speak. I shouldn't be told what I can and can't say. And if I'm going to be true to my word, be true to myself, then why the fuck shouldn't I speak at that? If the Islamic extremists offered me an opportunity to speak at one of their events, I would go there and I would speak. And I would tell the truth when I was in front of them. If the leftist radicals, if Antifa offered me a chance to speak at their event, I would go there and I would speak and I would say the same fucking damn thing that I'm gonna say.
I mean, when I got involved with Britain First, I mean, like, you know, that's when I become a bit more of an activist, and I was starting to get a buzz out of what was going on there. Although a lot of the days they was a bit boring, but there was days when you know, you knew that there could be some opposition, so you was kind of like getting fired up for it. And when it didn't happen, it felt like a big letdown, you know, because one day I had to work or something. They had the big day up north. I think it was Rotherham or something like that. And although it went off really well, but they was expecting to have a very big opposition, you know, from the other lot. Which I was like kicking myself, thinking, for fuck's sake, you know, I really wanted to go. I was so gutted that I couldn't go. I think it was work or something. I can't remember now. But yeah, you know, like I say, getting involved, like first of all with the Tommy movement and going to the demos and all the rest of it, and then getting involved with Britain First as well, putting all that together, that just heightened my activism, and it's just give me that drive and passion.
I hope you continue. And
I feel like it's a bit like the old football. If you're into the old football and everything, like when the end of the season comes, everyone's on a bit of a downer, like, you know, because you think, you know, you got till the next season begins. It's a bit like this, the activism. I feel like that now because the demos are starting to die off a little bit, and the one on the 30th, the Melanie Shaw demo on the 30th, that will probably be the last demo of this year, you know. Although it'll give us something to look forward to next year, but it's still a bit of a letdown because it's like you want that feeling, you want that kick, that you want that buzz to carry on, like, you know. But it is what it is, like. Yeah.
It is what it is. I'm going to hand you over to Fonzi in a minute because I've really got to bleed the exotic lizard. I need a piss. I'll hand you over to Fonzi for a sec. Go on.
Mate, I showed your pictures. I liked them, man. It was really good.
Yeah. Like I say, that's why I thought I'd ask you first, because I put them in my own Telegram group. I mean my channel or whatever you call it. Yeah. And I shared them on a WhatsApp group and one or two other Telegram groups. I thought I'd put them around. But that's why I asked you first, like, because, you know, there was like literally 120 odd pictures and plus the others from the demos and stuff like that. So that's why I thought, before I bombard them all on there.
No, that was good, man.
But
that was good.
So where did they go? Like, you know, where did you share them at? Or you said you was going to use them for something, or?
Yeah, no, I was going to put together like a little compilation. I still might even do that if that's all right with you and chuck it on the YouTube channel.
There's no problem with me. That's what I said. Lovely. Fire away. Use what you must use, mate.
But what I did with them was just share them. So like you see, you can see us right now. They was just underneath you. So I was just flicking through them, and then I got them up on the screen at one point. So everyone in the chat's seen them. But yeah, they're really good.
Yeah, you can do that anytime, mate. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Nice.
But it's funny, like, you know, where I've, like, on my YouTube channel, where I've put a lot of videos and stuff, like I say, where I've done streaming, started doing a bit of live streaming and my pre-recorded footage from various demos. But where I was at, you know, and I've got a lot of views and everything like that, and a lot of people shown interest in my work. But of recent, where I just posted a couple of videos from the Remembrance Sunday, I managed to get up there. It was fucking packed. It was crowded up by the cenotaph, you know. I mean, I stayed at work until early morning, and then I come away, and I got up to about the cenotaph, and that, it was, or nearly there, it was like about 10 a.m. and there was just literally thousands of people outside the station and everything, and the police and all that were like withering everybody down into little groups, like round a little walkway thing, because you all had to go through a metal detector and get your bags searched and all that stuff. So that took time. But by that time, you know, the streets were ramo and everything. You couldn't even get nowhere near the cenotaph. I was probably about 100 yards from it. But then I was out towards, like, way back on the path, and you know, I'm not a tall guy, so I was struggling to sort of see a bit, so I got the old camera up on a telescopic stick and done it that way. But then eventually, like, when a lot of the marching they came past, I managed to push my way through to the barrier to the front, like, you know. So all right, but I found out and I've worked out, and even what I heard from the police, that, you know, people start arriving there at like 7 a.m, 7:30 a.m. So I thought, right, now to get a place up by the cenotaph next time, you know, I've got to leave mega early and get up London by 7 a.m, like, you know. But then that means you're standing around for several hours until the procession starts. But if you need to go for a piss or anything like that, I was
going to say your space is lost, and then you've just been there all day for fuck all.
Yeah, when you go out, you can't get back in or in that particular area. Although I would probably take my flag with me and drape it round me and have my piss bottle underneath it, like, you know, I'd have to do that.
Mate.
Like I've done on 1 or 2 demos.
Sorry about that.
When we got kettled in, you know, on that DFLA demo, I was right under Winston Churchill's statue, you know, and I had to put my flag around me and piss in beneath the flag, you know. Nobody knew any different.
I went under Westminster and went over the other side to get away. I see the police doing it, and I fucked off with my mate Irvin, and went under the station and got over to the other side. So I see all you lot get kettled in, and I was like, oh shit, maybe I should have said something, but I'm a cunt like that.
I mean, although I don't intend on getting myself nicked or anything, I can't really afford to. But but
it's silly,
you know,
it's silly getting yourself nicked.
When it comes to raw footage, you know, that's where I'm up front. I'm right, you know, I want to be right there as it's all kicking off and the action's right happening. I want to be like right there, as close as to the police and as close to the action as I can get, without getting myself actually physically involved or getting nicked myself. I mean, the old Bill, they can work out who's causing the trouble and who's filming and all that shit anyway. Because when we got kettled in that day, you know, one moment, like, we've got a big area, next minute I've turned round and the old Bill right behind us, and we're flipping, like, you know, it's in about 10-foot square. But a friend of mine, like, she came by, she called me out and managed to pull me out of there. So I managed to escape, like, just before they closed it right in and started nicking people and all the rest of it. But I've got to say, you know, since when I've been going to these demos and filming and all the rest of it, one person that has given me a bit of inspiration is old Active Patriot, or whatever he calls himself now.
Yeah, I know that guy. Yeah. I met him the same day as I did you, and I recognised him.
A lot of his footage, a lot of people said, you know, his footage is all over the place, but a lot of the time it's okay. And but
man, like, he's not a fucking pro cameraman, is he? You know what I mean? Like,
I've got to hand it to the guy. I've got to hand it to the guy. He does get stuck in and everything, and film it as it happens, you know.
He's got a pair of bollocks. No one can take that away from him.
No, that's what I'm saying. You know, I've met the guy. He's a great fella, his old Active Patriot, and you know, if you're watching this, mate, nice one. You know, big up yourself. Like, you know, thanks to you. That's given me the inspiration that I need to get stuck in there. I was watching him last night, as it happens. He, on his return from Poland, he was at a train station up north somewhere, and he was getting hassled by the police and some station attendant for smoking weed on the station or something like that. And this cop has asked him for his phone number as well, and he said, "I don't need to give you my phone number."
What?
He said, "Do you want me fucking boxer shorts as well and all the rest of it?" And,
Yeah, what the fuck?
they was telling him to not swear, and he was saying, "I can swear, I've got Tourette's and all." It was proper funny, but he was proper in their face, and he got his point across as well. And I thought, yeah, you know, respect to you for that, man. But that's what that's what inspired me in a way, is the way he gets stuck in there and gets up front with a lot of stuff. Don't give a shit, and that's
a
how
bit weird, man. Asking for phone numbers.
Yeah, you know, that's exactly.
Come on,
but
man.
that was one of his live streams last night. You know, you might see it. I don't know. But
no, I didn't. I was, because obviously, being a part of TRR, we had Street Soldier over there for the same thing, and I'm pretty sure they was at the same demo and whatnot. And I've got to hand it to. Sorry, give Street Soldier a shout out on this, because that boy out there. And the other guy, what was his name? Reverend Simon, top man, giving us a like today. He's got a big following on YouTube and whatnot. Love his stuff. Like, I've watched his stuff for years. And, you know, to get a little like off him on Twitter, I was like, you know, being a fucking dweeb. But no, I've got to give all them people that went over to Poland, like, commendation for that shit, because that was live, man. They put us to shame. Their patriotism is, it's immense. I was just like, I'm so jealous of the Poles right now. Poland have got the right fucking idea. Look after our before anyone else.
And, you know, they got thousands of them. They got all them flags. They got all them flares and all that. You know, sometimes the police or the opposition and all that, they're intimidated by when you've got all them flares going. That's like a big tear up at a football match or something, you know?
Yeah.
It's the atmosphere. It's just like nothing else. It's in the world. I mean, even the guys pulling down the lefty flag on top of that building, and then they're up.
So, if people don't know what we're talking about, do you reckon
like that?
Look, do you reckon Street should allow us to play it? I'm pretty sure he would, right? Yeah. All right, Streets, shout out to you, brother. I'm going to play it.
Plug it.
Let me turn the volume up a little bit. Sorry, boys. No one can see you at the minute.
No, that's all right.
No problem at all. I want that shit played.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it. It's coming up now.
So that's the flag.
Yeah, but it's when they lit up the flare up there as well. That was the fucking thing.
I want to show the lefty flag what it actually was. So there you go. All that stuff right there. The lad gets up there and pulls it down.
Yeah.
Great footage, man. Well done, Streets. You're a beast, mate.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. That guy's give me like some inspiration, like to get out there and get stuck in as well.
Yeah, this is such good footage. I watched this today as well.
In a couple of minutes, people have got up on the roof, took it down.
You know what?
You know, if you done in London, you'd be nicked straight away.
Oh yeah, they'd have had police up there protecting them.
Yeah, I know. They just, it makes me cringe to think.
People got their kids there, bro.
Yeah.
Love to take my boys.
I've got to say, the Polish Antifa didn't look much, though.
Nah, they're fuck all, aren't they? Sorry.
They're all fuck. Antifa's full of half men. It is full of half men. No, it is. Like, you know, it's funny. Right. It's funny to say that, but they are. They're not men. Like, men are not defined by believing in that shit. And I'm just karate chopping some fucking fruit flies.
Yeah, I'm just going to get myself another beer and I'm just going to
Yeah,
go.
Go and grab it, brother. I want to talk to the audience anyway for a bit. Danny Byrne, what's going on, dude? Danny Byrne, what they say in Poland? God, honour, country. We need a bit more of that over here.
Absolutely.
We do. Vicky Story, he got the bus, didn't he? Yeah, I think so. Book. Boo. I've got to call him Boo Book. I'm trying to get that fucking name right. You need to tell me how to... If you can input me on Instagram or something like that, I've had to fucking say your name because I'm going to call you Boo right now. He said, we need the spirit of Poland here. We do.
Boo Boo Nicky. Just say Boo Boo Nicky.
Byrne. Danny Byrne. Yeah, man. There's so many brainwashed fuckers over here. It's unreal. Campbell. Yeah, he's speaking about Rochdale. Oh, shit. Lee Garrett just booted a guy from his 5G WhatsApp group for slating you, Luke. Telling people to watch this shit. Cheeky cunt called Tom. Don't want that negativity between us. So, yeah, look, like I said on the thing, like if I can speak to that Tom in private, if he's got something he wants to bring up to me, please do. I believe in freedom of speech. If he's got a problem with something I said, no, sweet. Bring it to me, but I respect you, Lee.
So thanks, Lee. He's also talking about me as well because this is, fucking half my show. So I want to say something quick. If you've got something to say about the show or you don't like certain things about the show, then tell us directly. Productive fucking criticism is perfect. Don't go talking behind our backs and saying things to people. That's just weird. Just tell us. You can easily email us, brothersuncaged@hotmail.com. Drop us an email and say, look, I didn't like this.
Or like I said, the other critics, if you've got something to criticise us on and you want to call us cunts, you can always email your fat mum at hotmail.com and we'll definitely read it. Your fat mum at hotmail.com. Call us cunts. No problem. Send it straight there. Please get Tom to talk to me. Please do. Like, I'll come meet him. Come meet me for a pint. Come to London, unless he's in London already.
We'll have a little talk.
Me and him can go for a pint and we'll have a chat. See where it goes. That's the type of man I am. No problem.
See what you didn't like about it.
Yeah, no, sweet. Yeah,
just tell us, man. Just tell us what you don't like.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, invite him for a little chat. See where it goes, even if it does end up down a dark alley.
I try. There's some people out there that don't like that sort of thing. They mouth off online and they don't want to do it. So,
can we stop talking about Antifa, for fuck's sake?
Is that who it was?
Satan's Alley with Antifa, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. With the rosemary beads.
Yeah. No worries. Probably just triggered by the seal clubbing, Danny Burns said. Yeah, man. Been earning my millions this week. I only earned 50 million this week. It got a bit cold for the old seals. They weren't out for play. No. But let me tell you, like, I'm straight up right here. I have never clubbed a seal that didn't deserve it.
Yep.
So that's where I'll stand on that one.
Well, my missus was happy with her fur coat anyway. Like she was happy with her fur coat, but she did say there was a little bit of a pink stain on the old collar, like, I said, it's just
I think that was. I probably got a little bit overzealous with the swinging. So I apologise to her.
Yeah,
I'll sort out a new one next year, so she won't go without. She never will.
Might cost a little bit, but
I just said to her, my man was out practicing golf, like,
Yeah, what, Happy Gilmore golf? Proper swings, boom.
Happy Silmore.
Yeah, that's quick.
I said to her, me and my mate, we met each other out clubbing, like, and she was like,
we literally did.
Yeah, we was clubbing.
A good night, was it? Well, it was all right, darling.
You know what I mean? Can I talk to you about Thailand, actually? You've been out to Thailand. I've got a good friend of mine. I consider him one of my closest friends ever. He's a top geezer, proper biker as well. He goes out to Thailand, I think once a year or so. What's it like out there? Because I haven't been yet, and I actually want to know. And it's actually one of the places I've probably got on my bucket list to get out there with. So
I tell you what, all I can say is, mate, once you've been out there once, you'll always go back. You know, you'll always go back. I don't even know where to start. I mean, I've been going to Thailand for like 10, 11 years, something like that.
You went to Thailand then. What was your first initial thing where you was like I'm going to go to Thailand? What drew you to that conclusion? Let's start there.
Well, I suppose, like, you know, before I actually got out there, there was a spell when I was living up north. I was with some birds. I was living up Preston and that. And like the bird's mother, like she run a CIU social club or whatever, you know, the Northerners, they're always on the piss up there. And like there was these two old guys that used to come in the club regular, and they kept banging on about, you know, going to Thailand and this, that, and the other. And I just pictured it in my mind, like all jungle and bamboo huts and all that kind of thing, you know. Oh, nice one. Yeah,
okay.
bamboo hut,
shamelessly plugging the Spitfire.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Got to be done. Sorry about that.
When you imagine Thailand, you imagine jungle and shit like that. You didn't imagine chicks with dicks.
Yeah, and well, I didn't really know much about it. I just
that is what everyone knows it as, like, nowadays.
Yeah. Oh, like, yeah.
Just saying,
I
it is.
Thailand to be a bit like Hawaii, like these birds with these hula fucking skirts on and all that shit, like, you know, or whatever. But then, like, a few years later, my older brother, like, who I hadn't seen him for some years, like, he fell out with the family, and when we got back in touch, like, I found out that he'd been going to Thailand for a bit. He had a Thai wife and all that. He's not with her now. He's with a different one, but
it runs in the family.
Well, yeah, kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah, a majority of my friends are with Thai women as well and all that. Like, it's an addiction, man. Trust me, right? I can't explain it. When you've been with an Asian bird, it's like you've got to have more. It's like you don't want to look back. You know what I mean? It's fucking crazy, like, you know. But
me so horny. Me so horny. It's that. It literally is that. They just much better. That's what I keep hearing. I ain't had one.
You know,
you're not the first person to tell me that.
It's their mannerism, the way they come across and all that. I mean, all right, I've had a few bad eggs out there. I've had my moments with a few nasty bitches and all that. But in general, it's like, you know, you treat them well, they treat you well, but it's like they're more receptive, more open to you than what the average English bird would be. It's like an old boy that I knew. I mean, he's dead now, but he had a Thai missus, and he had a spell of the shits, like, you know, and he shat all over the place and that, and he's shouting out to his Thai bird and all that. Oh, help me! I've shit straight in there. She's gone straight in there and cleaned it all up and that. And I thought, well, you wouldn't get no English bird do that. You know what I mean?
It's so true.
I don't know. Like, my missus is actually all right. She does help me out.
Yeah.
No, I've had that. Like the other day, I had some juice upstairs I shouldn't have, and I like spilt it all over the bed without saying a word. Just gone up there and cleaned it up. But like, yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know.
If she'll clean up your shit, it's love. It's love.
Yeah, shit's a bit thingy, but yeah.
I've not had that happen.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant, geese. I love that. That's really tickled me.
Yeah, it's madness, mate. You know, like I say, I've been going to Thailand for 10 years now or so, and I've got a lot of friends from over there, like, that are both Thai and English expats and that as well. You know, I know some of the lingo, I understand the money and all the other shit and everything, and you get used to, like, the chicks with dicks and everything. you know.
Get used to that. I don't think a geezer would
Are you
come
going to
out
say, don't knock it till you tried it? Because
I'm not getting fined by anyone. Sorry.
I'll tell you what, right? Going as they say, right? Going as the saying goes, going to Thailand and not having a lady boy is like going to Turkey and not having a kebab.
oh my days.
No. He's great. He's
Right,
great.
we've got a long way to go, man. We've got to get a camera, we've got to get some mics and shit, and we've got to go to fucking Thailand, haven't we, brother? We've got to do a Brothers Uncaged special in Thailand.
No.
The Lady Boy special.
Yeah, seriously, going to Thailand and not having a lady boy is like going to Turkey and not having a kebab.
No.
That's it, man.
No.
We need to start a GoFundMe, bro.
No, we don't. I'm all right. No,
What? We're not-
no.
Oh man.
Nah.
Get out my bum. No.
I'll tell you, like, you go.
Lady boy for $1. No, I'm all right, thanks.
Like I
No.
say, you go to Thailand, you go to like Pattaya or whatever, you know, it's like the red light district. You've got all the bars, you've got all the clubs, the go-go bars and everything. Blokes are outnumbered about 300 or 400 to 1 with women easily, and that
No,
is.
they're not. No, they're not because 400 or 500 of the women are fucking men. So no, they're not. No, they're not.
And I'd say a fucking good percentage of them have been brought over here as well.
It's still got a fucking Corey coming towards you, swinging that fucking thing, smiling at you, ready for your dollars. No,
It's a bit of a
I'm all right.
That's why. That's one reason I got rid of my ex, because she had a bigger dick than me. You know, I weren't having that.
Nah.
You know,
There's no way, man. Like,
you have a bigger dick than you. You know,
I'm talking to Lefty. I swear.
well,
Don't knock it till you tried it. No, I'm all right. Oh, keep the beans and Frank. I'm good.
all
I'm
Asians
good.
were smaller than fucking us anyway. Oh no, I'm thinking of tallness, isn't I? I'm thinking of something else.
Some of the fuckers might be. Not the sumo wrestlers. I bet they're packing more heat than us. The fucking size of them
Oh
cunts.
mate, they get pussy left, right, and centre, man.
Mm-hmm.
Heard about that? That's mad. You wouldn't think it, but mate, they're fucking swimming in.
Nick has killed it tonight, man. That's fucking crap me up. What a dude. What a dude.
I've got to tell you though, right? I mean, when I've been around people like at work and everything, people that have never been to Thailand and experienced it, and they've slated them people and said about, oh, they're all chicks with dicks, they're all lady boys, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, it's a stereotype. It's a
I
stereotype.
challenge you, right? I said, I've challenged you, right? That, you know, you go to Thailand and you can't tell me that you find one of these lady boys, like one of the ones that are really like have everything done, that are really beautiful and all that. I said, you can't, you know, I challenge you to tell me that you don't find them attractive, or you wouldn't think about giving them one or anything like that, if they didn't know it was a fella. You know what I mean? Because some of them lady boys, right, they look so fucking good. They look so good. They'd knock the socks off of some real pretty birds like over here or wherever in the world. Trust me, mate. Like I've got
All right.
I've got pictures where I was with one or two and all that. And it's like a thing, like, you know, you go to Thailand, it's like
Send it over. Hey, dude, have you got the pictures ready? Have you got the pictures ready?
I'd rather slam me cock in a fucking car door. There's no chance. I seriously would.
You say that now, but when you had a couple of...
Man.
Have you got the pictures to send? If you've got the pictures to hand, if it's not too much aggro for you, can you chuck some of the pictures of the old lady boys, if they're not, you know, if it's no problem to you, chuck them over to Fonzi, and we'll ask the audience. Would you or wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Let's do that shit. Come on.
Yeah, like I say, because like I'm on my phone right now, and like, you know, my pictures are on my phone, so I don't know how
it's aggro, no worries. We'll say we'll get you on again. We'll get you on again for sure, and we'll do it then. That's not a problem.
Fuck, man. There's no
I've
way.
put him on the spot though. You know what I mean? Like he's on his phone right now. I know it's aggro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'd have to dig them out.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Bruv, this I'm so glad you're honest as fuck as this because honestly, if you get people in here that don't tell the truth, the shit gets boring. And he's come on here and he has said he'll challenge any man. So Lee Garrett, I want you to prove to us why ladyboys are bad for you.
Yes.
Or prove that they're good for you. Lee Garrett, spoil ladyboys for Nick, please. Because like me and Fonz are running out of arguments here. The guys.
I've stated that a car door sounds more appetizing. Sounds way.
Slamming your dick into a car door is more Fonzie's thing.
Absolutely, and then fucking locking it, and then chucking the keys away.
Imagine me. I can't imagine me bumming some geezer like.
No.
No. Surely not.
It does not compute.
Yeah, but they look the same face down. You know, you don't look at the mantelpiece when you're poking the fire, do you? You know, they all look the same face down. You know.
But I know it's not. Like, it's got airy bum. Like they got airy bum holes, surely, and just
never.
You just know, don't you? I don't know. Like it's fucked.
It just doesn't compute, mate. It just doesn't. No.
I've had pictures taken, and I've had like a bit of fun with ladyboys, but I've never gone as far as fucking like, you know what I mean, greasy bum sex. I just don't do that. I just don't do greasy bum sex, mate. You know, I'm a one-way person. Like, you know. So about these a lot of these things. I'm actually joking. No,
I would rather get 5G installed in my house.
But I do admit one thing, and I don't give a fuck what anyone says or anyone thinks, because, like I said, it's a novelty and it's like a tourist attraction, something you've got to try when you go there. I have had one or two really fucking nice ladyboys sucking me off, you know what I mean? And I've paid them a few quid, and like mentally, it's not a bloke, although you know it's like half a bloke or whatever, but fucking mentally, because they're so dolled up and they got the tits and everything and they look like a bird, mentally it is a bird sucking you off. But it's because you know it's different. That's where the...
Dude, I thought you was fucking winding this up. And now I'm really questioning your sexuality.
I'm definitely
straight. If it ever comes down to a jail cell, mate, I'd rather. I think if we get locked up together, I'm killing myself.
Good on him. No, do you know what? Good on Nick. Good on Nick. He's as honest as it gets.
Yeah, Nick, don't take anything I say serious. You know I'm joking, mate.
Good on him.
You know, do you think I'd be so open if I was offended? Like I say, you know, I joke and I laugh about a lot of these things, yeah. I am strictly one-way person, right? But like I say, you know, because of going to Thailand and all that, these ladyboys are like a novelty thing and all the rest of it, like, and, you know, holiday attraction. And, you know, it's not everyone's choice, but for me, it was something that I had to try. So, but...
we brought this up because, you know, you go to Thailand, it's one way, man.
Intrigue is there. That's the intrigue is there because you know that they're partly a bloke, but at the same time they look like a bird, and mentally it's just a bird sucking you off. It's just, it fucks with your brain. It's like, I don't know, man, I can't explain it, but it fucks with your brain. But the only best way I can explain it, like I said to you, is, you know, like as the saying goes, for anyone that doubts it, going to Thailand and not having a ladyboy is just like going to Turkey and not having a kebab. Simple as that.
Well,
it's like going to the
definitely not going to Thailand.
Yeah.
Unless you want to throw a sausage up alleyway.
Yeah.
Well, good on you for trying it. You know, try everything once, as they say. Might not be everyone's cup of tea. Who knows? But you did your shit. And I also noticed you on your Instagram and shit, shooting guns and stuff over there. What's the gun laws over there?
I don't know. Pretty non-existent, really.
although they've started to clamp down on a lot of stuff recently, one thing or another. I mean, their biggest no-no is obviously drugs. You know, I mean, even if you get caught with one joint, I mean, even if you get caught with one joint, you're going to do about 2 or 3 years in jail, possibly longer. I mean,
going in their jails.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Fuck going in their jails, mate. Oh.
Where do they put the ladies?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like,
where the fuck do they put them?
You're going to get bummed by the ladies, and you're going to get bummed by the geezers.
Yeah, they're all mixed in. It's like about
all around.
Yeah, it's like about 30 of them to a cell, like, you know, all sharing one toilet and all feasting off all the cockroaches that are walking around. And I don't know, mate, but it's not a pretty place. But what I'm saying is, you know, penalties for like drugs and stuff are pretty severe out there. You know, you'd be lucky to escape the death penalty, like with a life sentence in that for certain things. But as for like gun laws and all the rest of it, it's pretty much like anywhere else, really. But I'd say they're probably a little bit more slack on it over there. I might be wrong, but it's just how I see it.
Yeah, like, I mean, you put up pictures of a nice looking rifle on there, and it looked like, you know, what would you do over it? Like, do you need a license? Do you need this, that, and the other? Because you seemed pretty much out in the open from the picture. Like, it wasn't like was it a shooting range? It didn't look like one. And anyway,
you know what? Right, I'd have to look back on my pictures on Instagram because I can't really remember what I've been talking about.
I did have a good scroll through, so I understand that.
That's why.
You were probably looking.
You probably had a few beers in you at the time. That's probably why.
Who'd have that? But
maybe it wasn't a rifle. Maybe it was someone's rifle. You know.
It was Antifa's cap gun. Antifa's cap gun.
Potato gun.
Yeah.
This is one of the weirdest podcasts we've ever had. This is
I thought Tony Topping was weird, but fucking hell, you've topped Tony Topping. You've topped Topping.
That's what it was all about. I mean, what must people think of me? Think, is this the patriotic crusader we have been following? What the fuck? You know? I'm sorry if I've let my followers down, but boy,
not
you know,
not at all.
Oh, mate,
not at all.
It's only moments like this you can release yourself, be yourself, and let the energy flow. And like,
listen to us right now. You have made this podcast what it is, and it's going to be one of the best. Thanks to you, being so open about it, and that truly made me giggle. Truly made me giggle, and. This is what it is. This is what it's about. Freedom of speech.
Diamond Dan's saying you need to make a YouTube channel for when you upload videos of when you go to China, Thailand. I was going to say China. What the fuck's wrong with me?
I was saying earlier, I have 2 YouTube channels. My other one is Thailand Nick. My channel.
There we go.
With a capital.
People check it out, please.
Diamond Dan's a fucking psychic, mate.
Yes, it's called Thailand Nick. I'll send one of the videos from my other channel to your group or whatever, and then you can take a look at that channel and all the rest of it.
Nice,
but it's got a lot of interesting content on there, I've got to say.
Yeah, man, for sure. Like,
it'll give you insight into the life over there. But no, seriously, if ever any time you want to go over there or whatever, like I say, I know the area like the back of my hand. I've got friends in a lot of places over there, like both English expats and Thai people and all the rest of it. And, I can point you in the right direction with a lot of things. So, yeah.
Yeah. Steve Wilde said, are you on Pornhub?
Pornhub? What's Pornhub?
Pornhub, no, you don't know. Everyone knows Pornhub, man.
Nah, he's probably on eFucked.
eFucked.
That's pretty tame.
That is tame, Pornhub, yeah. It's just, I think it's like the #1 porn channel in the world, isn't it? Pornhub, everyone knows. Like, surely, because it comes up when you're watching it. You know, we all do that shit. Like, let's not pretend we'll go on the old pool now. And it always comes up, what is it, like Pornhub.com, and it's got that little drum beat.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that, yeah. That's like as familiar as a Marvel theme tune. Every geezer knows that.
In Thai porn or something like that, you know? Like
Thai porn Nick. Ladyboy Nick.
Yeah.
Nick the Lady Boys. Like, it's like, you know, three little bears or something, you know?
Me love you long time. Yeah, me love you long time. Each you $10. Me love you too much.
Yeah, what do you get for $10 over there? What would $10 get you? Because I swear it's like 11p. 11p for a beer over there.
Oh, mate, I need to go and live out there.
All this, it's really like, seriously, the cost of living and everything out there is really cheap. Yeah. But of recent, because of this Brexit bollocks and all the rest of it, and the Thai baht is their currency out there, the Thai baht's got really strong, so the exchange rate has gone fucking well shit right now.
Okay.
Whereas before it used to be something like, say, 57 baht to £1, yeah. And if it breaks even, like if it was like 50 baht to £1, that'd break even. So you're talking about, like, for 20 quid, they'd get like 1,000 baht. But now it's fucking gone down to, like, I think it's 38, 39 baht, something like that. So if I was to, say, send my missus like 200 quid, it'd cost me about an extra 100 quid for her to still get the equivalent of like that 200 quid, you know.
So your missus don't live with you? She lives over there?
No. Yeah, my missus is over there with a kid and that. She's fucking like, she works, like, she's not from the bar world or nothing like that. She works in her office, like, for some big company, purchase officer. She does accounts and all that stuff, like, you know. She's a little bit, you know, she's a bit prude at that sometimes. She's very cultural into temple and all the rest of it. Because sometimes when I wind her up or I'm feeling a bit randy, I've had a beer over there and I start touching her, you know. I get a slap off her and, "Oi, Buddha, look you," and all that. You know what I mean?
Well, Timothy Scott said when he moved there, it was 79 baht to the pound when he moved there.
Yeah. Well, please. It's been going up and down over the years and everything. I think the highest I went there, it was about, I think it was 57 or 58 baht to 58 baht to the pound. You know, but fucking, but now it's like, I say, everyone's saying, "Oh, it ain't the Brexit, it's the baht's got strong." Yeah, the baht's got strong, but the Brexit's knocked the shit out of the pound. So it's fucking, you know what I mean? It's fucked it right up, like, you know.
Well, it works both ways, doesn't it? It's a two-way street. So,
but still, the cost of living is still fucking dirt cheap out there. The cost of living is still dirt cheap, and you know, it's like my missus, for instance. She, like, her month's salary is equivalent to about 350 quid for the month. You know. But, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's the difference. That's the difference, and it goes a long way. If you know, yeah, cool. It's something like one's counteracting the other one, isn't it? Contradicting the other. Yeah, but yeah, like I say, my missus, like, she's on about 3.5 a month, and like, that's sustainable. Someone that works in a bank, they get about 450 a month, and that's somebody that works in a bank, like, you know, equivalent to about 450 a month. Wow. Yeah, when I've sent my missus some money, and on top of her wages and all that, it's like, you know, she's getting more than what somebody that works in a bank gets and all that. But like I say,
yeah, from you sending her money, you actually pay her a month's wages out of what we would probably earn a week. Right. Well,
my missus' month's wages is probably sometimes is like two days of mine. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That's what I mean. That's the difference.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm a
So
good.
what healthcare service do they have over there? What's that like? Just so we know.
They don't have no like NHS or anything like that. It's a bit like
Yeah.
America, like you want something done, you got to pay for it.
Yeah.
You know,
Which
dental
makes
work,
sense.
hospital work. If you go to hospital, you're sick or whatever, you've got to pay for it. It's that simple. They do have like a separate sort of hospital for like the poorer people. I'm not sure. I think it's like a government hospital and stuff like that, a bit like NHS, but it's not the same as that. Like I say, they've got their separate hospitals for like the poorer people, and then like the middle class and all that. They're a bit more like private hospitals and stuff. If you want to go to a private hospital, you can pay for it. But I've got to say, like, some of their hospitals are like spot on, a top notch, and all their, I've got to say, their medical technology in Thailand is more advanced than what ours is here.
Still here. Still here.
Yeah, the medical technology over there is a lot more advanced than what it is in this country, because that's one of the reasons that a lot of people go over there for their operations and stuff. Whatever. I mean, I've gone over there and had dental work, and I've paid quarter of the price of what you pay here, probably even less than that. I've had a lot of dental work done over there. It's just madness.
That's crazy, mate. That's
Yeah,
fucking nuts. I don't know where he's gone.
Nah, he's gone. Yeah,
he's booking a flight to Thailand.
He's googling "Lady Boys Are Us."
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
mate.
It sounds mad though. I'd like to go over there for a beer, but I think I'd stay away from all that stuff.
I mean, obviously, I've got a missus over there and everything now. So when I'm over there, I'm staying with her at her house, and I'm just living life like Thai people, like anyone normal living over there. But a lot of people, obviously, when they're on holiday,
Well, I did say out there, bleed the lizard, but yeah, it probably got lost.
We didn't hear.
I could hear you because I took the phone with me and put it on loud so I could hear the stream, because I've got the stream on here constantly. And I've got to say, man, you're kind of selling Thailand to us at the minute.
Yeah,
like, you're doing well. Like, I was a bit like, nah, fuck that, lady boys, this, that, and the other. That's the old stereotype. And then you said, no, don't worry, their women are so much better than ours and whatnot. But then you said that they that you did try the lady boys and whatnot. But now you're saying the medical care is actually better than ours.
Oh, yeah. Well, it is.
How mad is that? Right.
Well, because I don't know how, but a lot of it is the medical technology is, because that is why a lot of people go over there, like for operations of all sorts. Because obviously, you get the lady boys have full gender operations, and they are bang on. It's probably cheaper as well. So that's another reason why people go over there for sex changes and all other sorts of operations. But like I said, I've had a lot of dental work done over there in the past, and I've probably paid quarter of the price, if not a lot less than that, than what you would pay here. And yeah, it's just complete madness, and their quality's pretty bang on as well.
Yeah, I've got to bring this up because this is actually a really good point from Boo. I have to say your name, Boo. Like, I can't say the full name. I'd love to visit. He said, I'd love to visit Thailand to see the country, but the sex trade thing puts me off. And the stuff I've seen about kids being involved. Yeah. I saw a docu about kids with AIDS at the age of 6.
Yeah, I can't answer that, honestly speaking. Yeah. There used to be the times when you used to hear about like the Gary Glitters being over there noncing the kids and all the rest of it. And it used to go as far as even when like some poor old like European guy, whether he be English, German or whatever, he's got a Thai wife,
whether she's younger than him or whatever, and
Mm.
they've got kids, and the Westerner or whatever, he's been out and about with the kids because he's taken them on as his family, you know. But then, like, from other people's point of view, they've just seen this Westerner with these young Thai kids and being accused of being a nonce and all the rest.
That's a good point. That's actually a good point. That's actually a really fair point. I mean, how much of it is just misconstrued?
Yeah, it can cause that does cause a problem.
Yeah, I can understand that.
That can cause a problem. I mean, it's like me. I mean, like my missus, like her boy is he's 8 years old now, and I mean, most of the time when we've been out and about, she's been with us anyway. But occasionally, like, you know, he's been with me, but we've just been like walking along like father and son and stuff and all that. But the only times I've got to say is like when it's looked a bit sus or somebody might have got looked at is when like I've been on one of the open buses and you've got like this old boy on his own and like you've got like these young Thai kids, like one might be sitting on his knee and the other one sitting next to him, and it kind of rings alarm bells because you don't know what the fuck's actually going on, like, you know what I mean? But
it's a tough one. It's a tough one.
But,
that's fun.
But sometimes, seriously, you can tell. Well, you think you can tell that, you know, that they're obviously like, you know, it's a family thing or whatever. But that's where, because of Gary Glitter and all that bullshit, a lot of people do get perceived and taken for nonces, even when they're completely innocent, because they've got their Thai partners' kids with them. And it's just the whole fucking picture. They all get tarred with the same brush sometimes. It's just like everything else we was talking about, like, you know, being involved with certain groups and being accused of being far right and all the rest of it. It's just all that, you know, being perceived as or being tarred with the same brush, like, you know, it's just, but whether it happens or not, I don't know. I mean, me, myself, personally, I've never seen or heard of anything like that going on involving kids or sex slaves or whatever
I've heard a few stories,
you know, that you've said and all that. I mean, like, maybe it goes on, but I've never actually ever seen it or witnessed it.
Some Australian bloke was fucking absolute monster. Something about him. He's fucked, man. Had a Thai bird, and she was getting her cousins and that over, and he was selling things on the internet through Bitcoin videos of him noncing people.
Yeah, I mean, I have heard of like some of the poor, very, very poor people.
They'll need hanging.
Yeah, I mean, I have heard of some of the very poor people out there. They have sold their kids off before prostitution or whatever. But like I say, that's just things I've heard. I've never actually seen it or anything. Not that I ever probably would, but you know.
No. I mean, it's a slippery slope when you start.
It's like anywhere in the world, you know, unless you're kind of like somehow involved in that, or you know people that know about it and all that, you ain't going to come across it really. It's just, you know, it's a very touchy subject.
As you say that, I mean, my mate Timothy here is saying Thailand in itself has an amazing culture. Food for me, I love Thai curry, Thai green curry, Thai red curry. Yeah. Thai food is absolutely amazing. And can I just point out that I'm actually a good Thai chef myself. I know how to cook some Thai food, mate. Trust me on that one. Just plugging myself here shamelessly. But he said it's culture food for me. It's the best attitude to life. But he said Cambodia is still horrendous for this, still is now. So he's talking about the paedophilia thing. He said Cambodia are about 30 years behind Thailand, and it's next to Thailand. A very nice place to go, but the law is, non-existent, basically. And he said that Thailand's corruption has changed now. 5 years ago was bad, but is changing. So I think we're up.
I mean, there is a lot of corruption in Thailand, but of late, since they've had new like governors of state take over, a changing government and all that, they have been clamping down on the corruption and everything, even down to the police. When if you got stopped by the police or whatever for one thing or another, and they would give you an on-the-spot fine, you know, you just show them, like, you know, you have two separate wallets. You have one wallet with all your main money in, which you keep in one pocket, but the one that you open up, it's just got like a few $100 in it, which you flash to them, and they used to take that, and you could be on your way. But now they've changed it so that, you know, you've got they hold your bike or car or whatever, you know, and you go to the police station with this ticket and then pay your fine there and all that. So it goes through the proper system. In many different ways, they're cutting down on the corruption and all the rest of it. Since, like, when the old king died, well, the old king was more of a god to the Thai people, whereas his son, who's king now, he's more of a, you know, a bit of a bastard. He's I don't know, he's different. In a lot of Thai people that I've spoken to, they don't really like him so much, you know, they don't see him as so much of a god. He's more into his gambling and all that. Yeah, he's more into his gambling and all that kind of thing. So, you know, but at the same time, the government are like clamped down on a lot of corruption, because that a while back they had a military coup and all the rest of it. They outed the government and the military took over. So in effect, Thailand is still run by the military. So it's, you know, a lot of things are fucked up out there, but a lot of things are made, like, for the better as well. A lot of things are good. You know, it'd take me a lifetime to go on about everything over there. But as for tourism and all the rest of it, you know, first time to Thailand, you know, you got to go to Pattaya, you know, go to Pattaya or Phuket. But Pattaya by far is the best place, you know. You've got all to go to bars and
how is Thailand run? Do you know, like, politically? Is it imperial, or is it sort of a half and half, like sort of imperial democratic kind of?
Well, like I say, it's kind of, I would say it's not government run now, because, like I say, they had your military coup. So it's run by the military. But
Evening, Red Dog. Sorry, Red Dog's in the building. Got to give him a shout out.
Being as the king is involved as well. So in a way, I'd say it's probably a little bit imperial, as well as, like, you know, run by the military, you know. But like I say, it's not actually run by the government and all that, like it would be in most countries. Because, like I say, I was there when they had their military coup and all that, like some years back. They put a curfew on and all the rest of it, and they started sweeping around the bars, like the army and the police all together and everything. And a load of us were out drinking well over the curfew time and everything, but they just come around, closed the bars down, and just told us to go then, or we would be taken, like, you know. So
yeah, get the fuck out of here, or we're gonna march you out. But that sounds fair enough. Like, it's not Fonzi. I mean, it's not North Korea, is what I'm saying. I mean, there was the question that it was more sort of, oh, is it run by this? But it sounds more sort of imperial to an extent. I'm not. How do I put this? I like the way Japan used to be run, kind of imperial. Before they transitioned to kind of the Western way, where we'd vote in, have a voting system. I mean, how do I say this without being a fucking dick? I mean, I don't think that we should be run by a king and queen by birth anymore. I think that old way is well past its sell-by date, the old medieval way. But do you think that some of the old ways are missed?
Well,
I mean, it's a tough question. It's a very tough question. I mean, considering today's political climate, where we're supposed to have democracy, in terms of Brexit, we voted out, and that is not being delivered. Do you sometimes wish that we kind of had a sort of tyranny where they would, you know, the king or queen would be like, No, fuck you. We voted out. We're getting out. You have to deliver that.
Yeah.
So that if democracy wasn't respected, that there would be the king or queen to sort of say, fuck off. The will of the people have spoken. You are doing that.
100%.
So still be that imperial influence.
We was talking about this last night. Alex was on a debate last night, basically saying this, and he was saying he's happy with democracy. I think I brought it up to you and Vinny the other day as well, and I think democracy is failing. And what did I say? I basically said, like, show me one example of where democracy's lasted a very, very long time without some sort of like collapse. It seems to just collapse, gets to a certain point, and then just starts to fade off into the fucking mist, like every other political system. So, like, I want to see what I would like to see personally. I don't know if this exists. Someone please tell me what it's called. I've just got into politics, man. I'm not into this, but like where you vote for a leader. Basically, what the fucking Americans do. You vote for a leader, and then there's a fucking system underneath them. That's basically how the kings used to work. So, like, when you had king and parliament working together. That's basically what the Americans had.
I mean, the Queen suspended Parliament, but then they overturned it and whatnot.
Yeah, but, like, the king had to be present in Parliament back in the day, didn't he? He would sit there, let them talk, and then he'd go, nah, bollocks.
Yeah, but our kings and queens went too far. You know, the King James.
Fair play.
You know, he was...
Look where they got...
You know how we got the gates, like Highgate, Moorgate, Southgate, Billingsgate, and all these gates, is because they shut off London to the King. King James. And you know how that happened.
But basically, you could have the same way the Americans have got it. If he goes too far, he gets fucking impeached. Simple.
Yeah.
Told to fuck off. You know, like, it can work. Like, all you've got to do is just write the rules. It's simple. Like, I just see it as so simple to fix these problems.
I think the king or queen should have an overruling power where they can just say,
I do.
Do you know what? The people, as long as the king or queen agree with the people, like the democratic vote, they can't overturn a democratic vote. Like, I mean, if I don't give a fuck if it's 1.1 million people voted in and 1.0, 1 million people voted out.
Hey, that's my missus, man. What are you doing with her? I'm joking. I'm winding him up.
Who's that? Is that Lady Gaga?
That's my missus. I don't know what he's doing with her.
Oh, is that your bird? Is that your bird?
No, that's one of the chicks with dicks.
Oh shit! That just shot me in the fucking foot.
I just got some of these pictures up on my laptop. Got my laptop.
Brilliant.
So, like, the only way I can show you is like on my laptop screen, like, you know. So I just got to go.
Go on, show us some chicks with dicks, and we'll vote from 1 to 5 on them. Come on. The fuck.
Yeah.
Man.
We'll give them a 1 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10. Quick.
This one.
What are we voting on though? Like fuckable, or just if they look like women? How much of a woman they look like?
People in the chat, you get a vote in this. Are they fuckable or are they unfuckable?
Oh, Jesus.
You look like you're well enjoying yourself there, mate, next to
Too
a quarry.
much, mate.
I want to see you licking some geezer's dick, but...
Yeah, just so you know, we can't see any of that on stream or we get fucking banned. I would have it played up all day long, but yeah, don't get us banned.
Like that, don't worry.
See, look, they go and get tits and everything. That's weird, man.
They got it all, ain't they? Is that a geezer? Yeah, is this a geezer?
Yeah. that geezer. Yeah. But it's like, you know, when you've had a few beers and fucking like, you know, you don't see them like that. But
Kev Kelly, I agree with you. It's an abomination. Yeah, that should be taken in the street and fucking.
No,
I won't go too
I
far.
see.
Won't go too far, man. Fuck that.
Get the chicks with dicks. What we do? Well,
yeah. This one was.
No, I can see the face actually. That's a minger.
Right, is this
If that
blatant?
was a bird as well, I'd say it's a minger.
That's a lump. That's a lump. I'll give him that. It's
Look
a
at the
lump.
fucking cheeks. Cheeks on it.
Yeah, it looks
That's
a bit different from like these sort of pictures and that. But Carl, I wonder what our viewers must be thinking, eh?
Oh, they're loving it. They're loving it.
Fucking
No,
looking
keep
at them
going.
cheeks and
Keep
thinking,
going.
fucking hell.
You ain't. I don't think you've had a podcast like this for some time, have you, boys? Eh?
Ever.
Well,
Ever. This is our first year, and you have made our year. You have made our year. Don't you worry about that, geezer.
Well, if I get your ratings up, like it's got to get my ratings up. So come on, people.
Right.
what's Pook's Bar? Pook's Bar. Do you know Pook's Bar?
Pook's Bar.
Pook's
I've
Bar.
heard of it. It rings a bell.
I think I've said that right. P-O-O-K-S.
Pook's. It is. I think it's
Pook's.
P-O-O-K-S. Yeah, Pook's Bar.
Pook's Bar.
Yeah. That's in Drinking Street. I think that's in an area called. That's in Drinking Street. Asking. I'm sure it's Drinking Street.
Brian Anson. Yeah, he knows. Yeah, he said, yep.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I know it. I've been there before. Yeah. I used to see a few birds out of Drinking Street.
Going on streets.
Hey, street soldier.
We did plug you earlier, mate.
You was plugging your Polish work earlier. Your work in Poland, dude.
I did tell him last night as it goes. I told him last night I'd plug him. That is weird. That was weird how you actually did it, like, because I had said to him already that I would.
Yeah, Nick the Crusader plugged you as well, man. Like, for real, we all have been plugging your work, man. That shit has gone on leaps and bounds. Amazing shit. Active Patriot as well, if he's listening, top man.
Yeah.
Great stuff been going out from us Patriots. And gotta love it. Put the dicks and lips away, said Vicky Story.
Jeez.
Holy shit. For a Wednesday night, we've been smashing it.
I know, innit? No, it's been brilliant, boys. I've enjoyed it. You know what I mean? It's been wicked, mate. I definitely want to get on again at some point.
Yeah. No worries about that, bro. No worries about that.
I'd like to see what the feedback is later on after tonight's show. You know what I mean? What our viewers think and everything.
Look, all I can say to you is we owe it to you to get back on because we had a terrible start. I mean, we got banned for no fucking reason. We just got wiped off both our fucking accounts, and we was like, what the fuck's that about? So obviously YouTube been fucking with us, the algorithms and whatnot. And then we get to pull you up, and you've been great since. So
yeah.
Have a bad start, and then come on as strong as you did. It's full credit to you. Do you know what I mean?
I surprised myself, but you know what it's like when you get in the flow of things, you get in that zone, man. It's like fucking you know, you just get carried away. I'll just go with the flow. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. That's what it's about. Why should we come on the air and perceive a false image for everybody? Try and pretend to be somebody that we're not, and all that. You know, that's what we're here for, just to be ourselves. And you know, this is what we are behind our and all that. You know, this is the real us behind our character. You know, like everybody knows me, Patriotic Crusader, the person that films at, you know, demos and all that kind of thing. But this is the first time that people get to know the real me. You know, I'm a no holds barred person. Like, you know, I have a laugh. I don't want to offend anyone. But at the same time, I don't give a fuck what I say or do or what anybody thinks. If they don't like it, switch
Yeah.
off. Bye-bye.
You be as pervy as you need to be, mate. No
Yeah.
problem. Mate.
What I'm saying, it's like anything, though, isn't it, bro? If nobody don't like it, if they don't like what they're seeing or viewing tonight, switch off. Simple. Bye-bye. No loss. Simple as, like.
I tell them all the time, get the fuck out of here. But
Yeah.
Vicky Story needs a cuppa. Devil's catchphrase. I do. Oh, Cav Kelly's giving it to you. The devil's catchphrase is, I do what thou wilt. We need a moral code, she reckons.
Yeah, I agree with her. Absolutely. Nice one.
Do as you
Well
please,
said,
mate.
Cav Kelly.
You'll pay for it in the end, some way.
You know what? With your little bit of whiskey there, you're making me jealous. One moment.
Go get some,
mate.
brother.
He's
Get some.
only just getting started by the looks of things.
Look at that. That's the real deal right there. 50 years. Look at that. Fucker. I'm fucking about it with the whiskey. I ain't fucking about it. What's we got? Oh, what's that? Black liqueur.
I got
Teachers. Teachers, yeah.
Yeah, liqueurs.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Look,
Well, don't go too mad, mate. Fucking hell.
I've got 3 left. I'm gonna do them all right now.
Whoa.
I'm gonna do them all right now.
Well, yeah, dangerous geezer.
Well,
Dangerous.
fucking nil.
Dangerous geezer.
So I don't fuck about.
Mate, you really don't. You just proved that to us all right now. You know, you're going to be off your rocker tonight, aren't you?
With the old liqueurs. Oh.
You'll be out there fucking till clubbing before you know it.
Oh, I will, mate.
Banging a fucking heads in.
In more ways than one. That's what I say when I'm in Thailand as well, banging them heads in.
Banging them back doors in. Yeah. All right, let's pull up the questions even more because
let's see if our viewers have got any questions for us or anything they want to know.
Yeah, we ain't even done the lefty lunatic half hour yet.
Oh, you went there, didn't you?
Is anybody discussing with our...
Neil.
We've got to do this. Right, the lefty lunatic half hour now. Mister.
It's fucking on. It is the lefty lunatic half hour.
Who are you dragging on tonight, Fonz?
I ain't got a clue, man. I ain't got a clue. You sent me some sort of bollocks.
Oh, they're disgusting. Don't get it wrong. They're disgusting. There's some real fucking lefty lunatics coming out of there.
I saw your one you done last week. That was funny as fuck.
It's all the shit he sends me, man. He goes absolutely crazy.
I know, I do whack it up there. I do whack it up there.
I'm gonna have some of this.
Oh, fuck it up. Weed so strong. For me. For doing what's that? YouTube will open arms, you know, lady boys.
Oh, you got Alvy there.
Oh yeah, I chucked him in there as well.
I mean,
so audience levels. We need you to jump in on this lefty lunatic half hour. Give us some fucked up comments about these fuckers we put up for you, because we go out of our way for this.
Yeah,
and obviously we're gonna get Nick the Crusader to give his comments on these fucking weirdos. So what's this, Sean Blackman, who got an email from YouTube changing the rules on child-friendly content? Yeah, I know. Having to label each video as child-friendly or not. Yeah, Dude, it's another way they're going to censor us. They fucked us up tonight. They absolutely destroyed our stream. We did have a nice number of people on, and 16 minutes in, we got totally wiped, and we were gone. And it fucked up our stream, but we managed to pull it back. And thanks to the viewers, I've got to really fucking thank these people that have stuck around all night for us. Like, honestly, people, man. You are too good to us. We don't deserve. We are not worthy. You know, Bill and Ted's bogus journey and shit. We are not worthy. Thank you. We always come in here and whatnot.
Oh.
He is for a multi-billion. They are shabby. Yeah, they really are. Hello, Matthew. Top man, Matthew 1. Right, what are we working on?
So this is the first one.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Alex is getting whacked up there. Holy shit.
He's just such a lefty. I ain't got words.
That reminds me of Jack Nicholson in The Shining. Here's Johnny.
Really? What?
Look at him. Yeah, no, he does. He does. The long hair. Bald.
If he had an axe in his hand,
so.
If he had an axe in his hand there, it'd be the same. Like, here's Johnny.
Who's Sam Pearson? You sausage.
Yeah, no, I didn't notice.
Oh, for fuck's sake, just get it off. It's Alex anyway.
Alex.
Oh my God, is that the state of youth today?
What is that?
I ain't got a fucking clue, but they're just like so confused of what they are and what they stand for that they have to try and break off from society and then make society accept what they've created. It's like, come on, man.
Break off and break each other in.
Yeah, it's like, what are you trying to create? You're just weirdos, like, with your nip pierced.
I mean, is that air or is that an act?
Yeah, both, innit?
Candy floss on the top of its head. Right, so there's that one. But if you look behind it with a nipple piercing, look at the nipple piercing. That's a boob. That's like a minus A cup boob.
He's been on the hormone tablets. He's been on them fucking hormone tablets.
Yeah, look at it. It's a man's shoulders, body and structure, you can see, but with a boob. Yeah. And then this, it's got a nose piercing and these dots in its head. Short haircut, dimples, like man's big guns.
See them fucking earrings, like, and that fucking, look at all this rainbow shit.
Yeah, it's a mess. It's a total mess. It's just
game over.
The one far right looks like it needs a good fuck off a real man, and it'll change back. Yeah.
That's what I've said about these lesbians. They fuck about with rubber dicks and all the rest of it. Like, I've had a couple of friends that were like dykes with comfortable shoes, or they swung both ways or whatever. I said, what you're really craving is a real dick. I said, why are you fucking about with rubber dicks when you could have the real thing? Oh, it's not like that, it's not the same and all that. I said, no, but you're fantasizing over a false cock. When you get the thing, it's like, it don't make sense.
Look at them.
I just despise people like that. I really do. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know how much they're destroying the world and society. They're just fucking morons that think they're doing something brave and new.
Yeah.
No. This shit's been around from the dawn of fucking time. And it hasn't lasted nowhere.
No, that's where all this equal rights for vegetables and peas comes in.
Greece, the Romans, they all did this shit. They done this shit. And it didn't last.
Labour have just opened the floodgates to candidates that that male-born candidates that are now trans can represent women's, because they had this structure in place where it was women, like 50% of women were allowed to be involved and 50% of men. So they've opened it so that the trans people now can represent women. So they've actually, like, not only was it stupid to have that fucking formula in the first place, so that it was like this amount of women can be candidates, this amount of men, but they've actually opened it so that these trans people can then jump in on the women's side of it, and there's no discrimination.
I don't know what they want. I don't know what they want.
It's like me can throw on a skirt and say I'm trans and then become a Labour candidate. It's just.
What do they want? Like, what is this shit? Like, just don't know what. I don't even think they know what they want. They just want votes.
What's the next picture anyway?
Oh my days. Black trans.
The fucking state of it.
Black trans lives matter.
Look at the fucking state of it.
That looks like that's chewed a wasp and smacked into the back of a bus.
Look at it. It looks like a lump of Hubba Bubba that's been chewed up and spat on the floor. Like,
I wouldn't want that.
Looks like, as you said, like Hubba Bubba that's just been rolled in dirt, and then like someone's gone like that, and it's just like bits of shit hanging off it.
If Postman Pat was a lump of chewed Hubba Bubba,
rolled in dirt and then rolled back up and then made into the shape of a
look at Black Trans Lives Matter. So
I don't think there's any words that describe that. It's just fucking, I don't know. It's on a different.
What's the T-shirt about? Black Trans Lives Matter. So there are people out there saying that anyone that's transgender and black, your life doesn't matter. Like, there's people going out there killing black trans people, just purely targeting. No, are you black?
Trust me, this creature walks around the fucking high street, and any black person this thing sees, it will go hi and make the
hello.
Very awkward. If you see my top.
Hello, coloured man.
Yeah, like, you know, you need my help. Everyone's against you and I'm not. Like,
look at it. Look at him. Look how happy he is with himself. Look, I'm so virtuous. I am the most virtuous man on the planet. Ooh.
He's probably got a butt plug inserted.
I suck dicks, especially black ones. Free blowjobs to black males.
Flubber on walnut whips.
Preacher. Absolute fucking.
That is something else.
Where
the fuck?
That is a new species of Yeti.
That's some fucked up motherfucker. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Oh, shit.
Yeah, okay. We plugging it? We've already plugged it.
I'll plug it anyway. Go on. Here we go.
You sent me it, by the way. Yeah. So I downloaded it.
I've got to plug it. I'm there Saturday. So in the...
I was quite surprised when I see that.
So was I. You know, like when I got the offer, I was like, holy shit, do you really think you want me speaking at an event like that?
Yeah. That's why I mean, I was quite surprised, you know. I mean, you know, Britain First being Britain First and you being you, and then like seeing you going there doing that. Not that I say, you know, I ain't got no problems with anything or anyone. I was just surprised because I didn't think that was really your sort of cup of tea, like, you know. But yeah, like, you know.
Well, this shows Britain First in a different light, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, what can I say? Good luck with it, bruv. You know, I mean, I'm all for it. I'm all for you to go in there doing that. You know, it's brilliant. But like I say, you know, yeah, I was surprised, like, because I just didn't think anything to do with Britain First was like your cup of tea. I know you get on well with Ashley and everyone else and that, but having some involvement, like, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. I was just surprised. That's all. But yeah, nah, it's cool.
Straight up, what it was. Me and Paul have been talking for a number of months, and same as Ashley. I've known Ashley longer than I did Paul, and we've always got along. And just, I'm open to everyone as long as you're nice to me, and I'll take you at face value as what you are, and you don't just automatically insult me. And I'd never just go insulting anyone for no fucking reason.
People start to get to see you for you, who you are as a person, the real you. Yeah, I mean, it's like me. I mean, I didn't expect to get so much of a following as what I have recently, or my channel to build as quickly as it has done, and get to know so many fucking great and wonderful people and within the movement. And, you know, like I say, since I've been involved, you know, I've gained so many friends, and it's like everybody's like my family, and it's like, wow. And it's, you know, I'm thinking, how have I done this? I've just done what I've done normally, and me being me, and, you know, it's, you know what I mean? I can't explain it.
It's worked out well for you because you're a genuine cameraman. You slow down the police attacks, and you're honest about everything. And I think that there's a lot of people in this movement that if you are just completely honest and completely transparent with everything you do, there's no reason that you can't go far in it.
Exactly.
Because people do clock onto bullshit. And I mean, there's a few that have slipped through the crack that I don't think are completely genuine.
No.
I'm not going to name any names or anything like that, but I do think there's a couple of charlatans, but you don't get that far being a complete charlatan in this movement. I think in the leftist movement, you can be the biggest charlatan in the world, and they will defend you till the end.
Yeah,
and that's the trouble with this movement, is charlatans don't get very far. You do get called out very quickly, and I think the only reason my rise to prominence, whatever the fuck you want to call it, like, I only started doing videos about a year ago, and not even a year ago, a few months ago, and all of a sudden, like, it's got to a decent level, and I'm very grateful, very humbled to be invited by Britain First to do a speech on their behalf, on their terms, and I'm not holding nothing back. I'm going in there completely transparent. This is who I am. You like my shit and whatever else, and I'll be completely honest about Britain First as well. They've been nothing but good to me. Very nice people, and I'll be straight about everything. I think they have a right.
Yeah.
Anyone else to have freedom of speech? They really do. Like, there's nothing they do that's bang out of order. They've been put in prison, the Jada and Paul, for pretty much trumped up charges. They're just like, charges of what? What was it? Fucking racist to religion. What the fuck does that mean? Every religion is open to criticism. What you know?
Or should be.
It should be. I mean,
well,
it should be.
Even when it was
wrong.
Really, and I don't know why a Christian country, which is founded on fucking Christian values, everything about this country has been paid for by Christian people, built up by Christian people, and we are defending other fucking religions. Sorry, I just got a little bit mad.
You know what? This is the thing. This is what's going to get started.
This is a Christian country. The money of our policemen should be spent on fucking Christian people. Yeah. End of.
This is what thing. This is one thing that really boils my fucking piss. Now the thing is, yeah, like I didn't want to get on this subject, but when I think back now, like this time of year, it's getting fucking freezing cold and all the rest of it. Yeah, we've got our own people like that are dying and starving on these cold fucking streets. You know, ex-soldiers, whatever, servicemen and all that. When them fucking bastards that are coming over on them boats are getting put up in fucking hotels, cushy hotels, and you know, being given a
I mean that's disturbing.
Absolutely. I think, you know, if we give them anything, give them a fucking sleeping bag and send them on their fucking way. Not even that. Pay for their fucking flight back to where they came from.
Torpedo their boat. I don't care what anyone says. If people think I'm far right or whatever, but like, you know, it's about time all these soppy lefty cunts and these fucking Antifa and all that shit.
Yeah, I'm sick of it.
Realising that what their family values are.
I'm sick of it, man. I'm sick of it. And the thing is, they all go, oh, it's women and children from war-torn countries. Mate, on that fucking, how many 39 people died in that lorry? How many were women and children?
Yeah.
There was no children. There was 2 teenagers, and there was 5 women. Correct me if I'm wrong. It weren't no more, and it weren't. Well, it could have been less. It weren't no more than fucking 5.
Yeah.
So tell me that. And it weren't even from a war-torn country.
No, I mean, they misconstrue what the problem is, and I think what Fonzi means is the problem is when you misconstrue a refugee from a political migrant. I think they call it that. So they call that a not a political migrant.
Still here. I'm just moving to one side of the state.
No, cool.
I get what you mean. Yeah, but all I'm trying to say is, all right. Put it this way. Put it this way. If every single one of them was from a war-torn country, I still don't want them here.
Thank you, Matthew.
I am all for chucking money from my pocket that I pay taxes on to helping them in their country, setting up refugees camps in their countries, or directly surrounding countries. I'm all for that. But bringing them here is not the fucking solution. And it never will be.
No, of course not. And this is what I've called for ages.
Yeah.
Is if you're a refugee, the law is, and this is what the Polish, I think it was Polish minister, he involved himself in a lot of news channels, and he got up there and said, you keep calling economic migrants refugees, and they are not refugees, because a refugee will go to the first safest country. Why the fuck are they going all the way across from Turkey to Britain, or from Eastern?
Exactly. They know it's a free ride
to Britain,
exactly.
Or to France.
Yeah, and they're all mostly blokes as well. They're all men. They're not flipping like, you know.
They're not. Yeah, most of them are men
anymore. You're an economic migrant.
Yeah.
You are literally going to the country you want to go to from the.
Because white fucking women look tasty, don't they? That's fucking why you're coming here. That is.
Yeah.
Sorry, I might be touching on a fucking. I might be hitting a nerve here, but it's the fucking truth, man.
But it's right. It's right. It's like
fucking true. That's why I'm saying it.
It's like all these muzzy grooming gangs, like, you know, they're all picking on the white teenage girls because their girls look like the back end of a fucking camel or something. You know what I mean? But fucking, it's right. I don't care.
I'm not gonna lie about that. No, there are some attractive ladies out there that are from that race. No, I'm being serious as well. I've seen a few, man. They're attractive, but I ain't willing to turn to a different religion. And I'm happy with what I got.
Yeah. Well.
I'm not just gonna come people off for nothing, man. That's your opinion, though, and you're entitled to it.
Stop it! For fuck's sake.
Yeah, I'm happy with what I've got, unless they got a bigger dick than me. But you know.
Yeah, I see where you're going, man.
You know, any cockatoo.
Jesus fucking Christ, lads. Freedom of speech. Jesus, good on you. Good on you.
What has this turned into, eh? What has this turned into?
Good on you. No, good on you. Do you know what? Fuck it. I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
You should have the right to say what the fuck you want.
That's what this was about anyway. I mean, you know, I don't want to come across as a far right lunatic or whatever, but some of these issues do boil my blood seriously. You know, when I think about when, you know, you got all these Antifa and all these other little cocks like shouting off about us being fascist and against fucking like refugees coming here and all that. If you're that worried about it, let the refugees come and stay at your fucking house then and see how you get on.
Exactly,
you know
mate. Exactly.
Tell that to Lily Allen.
Exactly.
Silly Allen.
Shouting off about all these refugees.
That's
and all the
my
rest.
point. My point is saying, look, refugees, you're welcome. No, I never said that. You never said that. Luke never said that. No one on this fucking show never said that. Who the fuck said it? Because I didn't.
Yeah. They want to
and it pisses me off.
I'll give you that.
Simple
It pisses me off, mate. No one said they're fucking welcome here, apart from the left, and they are minority.
Yeah. And they're the ones, that's what I'm saying, but they won't let them come and stay at their yard, will they?
No, never, ever.
They won't. No, they won't. No, they won't.
And they're going completely against the values of what their ancestors fought for to keep this country free and clean, you know? I mean,
damn straight. They don't respect the place. You never see any fucking flowers outside their houses. You never see any decorations. You never fucking put any Christmas lights up. Why are you in a Christmas country? I'm going to say a Christmas country. You, you know what I mean? Christian country. Why have you come here, man? You're not Christian. You never will be Christian. You don't respect Christian values.
Johnny Quid, can you behave yourself, dude? Johnny Quid, we don't want this fucking stream banned, geese. Like, I mean, you're entitled to your opinion, and I do respect freedom.
I will chuck you off next time you say something. You're getting chucked off, dude. I think I've already deleted some comments from you.
Do you have to be that, you know, that blatant about everything?
Listen, mate, one more thing, and you just won't even be missed, mate. So I'm going to put you on a timeout. There you go. You come talking like that on this stream, that's what you get.
Yeah,
and
man.
Look, the rest of you are well behaved. Thank you for that.
We've got Pakistani, we've got Muslim friends, we got people that are good people, just generally good people. But
I grew up with Muslims next door, and they was really good to me in certain ways. So
you know, you don't come on here calling people the K word, the P word, or the M word, or the H word for us white people that are honkies. We won't tolerate honkies or any of the other words that are just unnecessarily.
Hey, honk, get down.
You know, look, I'm a cracker. I'm a cracker, but I can say that, and we know what the limits are. So don't push them. Please don't. There's no reason to. We can have decent discussion without.
Exactly. If you like what we do and you want it to last, then don't talk like that. Simple as that, because it will get us banned.
These people should think themselves lucky they got the three most groomed and most handsome guys going tonight, the three amigos, you know. So just thank yourselves lucky.
Look at what you're working with. I'm a double powerful looking geezer.
I mean,
you're a double powerful looking geezer. Look at us. Look.
I mean, I have a
double, triple, quadruple, mate. That's what I'm saying.
Look at this. Top choice, select cut, grade A meat.
Double, triple, quadruple.
My James Bond chiseled looks and everything. And there's old Fonz there. Hey.
More like.
Yeah, straight up. Right.
I can't see the comments or anything, so I don't know what all that was about. But anyway,
the geezer was chucking up a little bit too much the old racism and
it's like taking what we're saying as like we're being racist. No, we're not. A point is, if you're not Christian, you have no intention of being Christian. You have no intention of putting into the society that's already established. in this country, which is a Christian country, then don't fucking come here. Simple.
No.
If you're going to fly your native flag, fly your native flag back at your fucking country. Simple.
Yeah.
No,
I mean.
not you.
It's got nothing to do with
Ollie.
colour. If you're black, fucking whatever colour you are, don't care what colour you are. If you still want that culture where you have come from and you want to bring that over here, don't bring it over here. Go back there and be what you've got to be. There's already a culture established here that don't want it.
The thing is, these cultures that bring their shit here, they're not happy with it in their own countries, and then they want it here. But when it is here, they are not happy with it here.
Exactly.
So
They're just like, oh, there's still white people walking around with their fucking Christian crosses, and we don't want it. It's like, huh? That don't work. That just doesn't register with my brain.
I said to somebody the other day, we are the refugees in our own country now. I reckon that's the way I see it. So anyway, I'm going to get another
tinny. I'm going to get another tinny as well.
Grab another Nelson Mandela, and we'll show you this.
Yeah, and Luke needs to fucking explain this picture. Like, that doesn't look like a seal.
Well, I've stumbled across this motherfucker eating his tongue.
I've got to unleash the beast.
Its mouth.
Oh fuck! My phone's falling down. Yeah.
But I mean, look at this. Why has he bit of tongue, a bit of horse's tongue? I mean, it's not a Photoshop, is it? It's it's a sort of photo you just look at and you give up hope. I mean, look at this motherfucker. Ah, shit. Look at it, I'm just giggling. Like, what the fuck was he doing? How did he make this photo happen? How?
We got back at the same time then. It looked like we slipped off and had some ladybirds. Yeah, this fucker. What, Luke? Are you pulling that face because of what I said, or just because of this cunt?
This dude.
Not you, Crusader. This fucking geezer biting a horse's tongue.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ!
I don't know what to make of that.
What if, right? Just imagine for 1 second. That's that geezer's tongue, and he's sticking it down the horse's neck.
Like something of Men in Black or something, you know what I mean?
I suppose that's where the expression "bite your lip" comes from, but fucking hell.
Yeah, that horse has definitely misbehaved. That's all
what happened? What the fuck happened there? It's just. Do you remember Jurassic Park when he started touching the Triceratops?
Yeah, it's like that, isn't it?
If he'd have bit it, like,
and she says some fucking Latin name for the whatever the plant it is, and it's like, oh, they're toxic to Triceratopses.
The look in its eyes, man, I think that's a pantomime horse.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some of that don't look real. I don't know. That just don't look real. That looks like Photoshop.
That's a fucking good picture, you know.
So this is how the French kiss.
That's great. I mean, Jesus.
It's possible, but who knows?
Get rid.
I'm really fucking turned on either way.
Oh dear, this geezer.
Why has he got the writing behind him?
Right, it's his album. He's busting his album. Look at him.
Yeah, but like you can't read it. What's it? Dan
Fandango,
Grady?
isn't it? Is that Fandango?
Yeah,
Dan.
Gary.
What's that say? Dan Grary.
Yeah, great. Like you can't
Dan
work out what
Corey.
it
Ladies fancy.
Dan Corey.
Ladies fancy. So he reckons he knows what the women want. And look at him.
The only thing he's useful for is strumming on them strings.
Would you have a strum on his strings?
Not before that guitar went over his nut. Look at the bacon on it.
Look at his bonnet. What did he do to his hair?
It is impressive. Like, come on, man. Like, that would take some dedication to get it like that. Could you get your hair like that? Because I fucking couldn't. My barnet would not go that straight.
The old Maxwell thing that they used to do on the old comedy fucking shows. Maxwell. You know. Yeah. Yeah.
I like the tash, though. Look at the fucking tash.
Yeah, I know. But what did he do to his barnet before he went for that photo shoot? So he sat, he stood there in the mirror and then went like that with his barnet. And then, yeah, I look all right now.
Do you reckon you could part your beard like that?
Huh?
Yeah, I think.
Oh, yeah, that's a tricky one, man.
I know, innit?
I have to have a lot of hair relaxer and shit, but it's going that way.
In the Red Sea, innit?
Here you go. Look, there's a part in there.
It's like Moses going bang, whacking his fucking staff down. Right.
So if I straightened it, what, going up my head like that?
Yeah.
It's the other way.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
You got to try it now. You got to do it.
Look at that barnet. Look at that barnet. Who told him? Yeah, you look all right, bruv. You look like you're ready for an album photo shoot. So you're going to have an album done. They're going to chuck this fucking shit over it. And you're going to look cool. And then call it Ladies Fancy.
Oh.
So this geezer knows what the women want. Ladies Fancy.
Ladies Fancy, mate. But Nico Suave said Chronicles of the Road Cleaner Volume 2 has started.
Oh, shit. I need to check that out.
I need to check this out.
Nico Suave.
Plug there.
On your Instagram. And we're gonna plug that shit.
I bet he's a decent guitarist, says Diamond Dan.
He actually is as well. He's actually pretty good. He's pretty good country kind of thing. I actually listen to his.
If you're into that, though, I suppose, isn't it? And it's like, actually, I'm into grime music. You can tell by the way I look.
Mm-hmm. I'm bleeding lizard. I'll be back in a sec.
Fucking hell, man.
He looks like he plays for Ramstein.
My kids are just going past. Excuse this. 1 second.
Okay.
They were good as gold, man.
Late.
Believe it or not.
They're up late, aren't
they? Hey, well,
they're up late.
Either way that I got my ass set out, it was better that they was in that room for a little while, and it's definite bedtime. Like, it's the wacky Wednesday in my ass. But yeah. Either way, either that or he's got a 4. It's something else.
How old are your kids, mate? How old are they?
Young, and not so young. So like 7, 8 months, then 2, then 4, then 7.
Who?
Next month. So she's not 8 then.
Who are your kids?
Yeah.
I thought you was only gonna say 2, mate. You've got like an army there.
Mm-hmm. But my Muslim girlfriend.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. I haven't got.
No, nice one, mate.
I'm
nice
just winding
one.
her up. She's in the background. No,
Yeah, nice.
She's cool.
We're both four.
Not, she's definitely not Muslim. Yeah, 4. I'm trying to spread the. I'm just doing what everyone else is doing. I'm gonna have as many kids as I can.
Yeah, yeah. Why not?
Yeah, spread it out.
So
if there's any ladies out there that wants a donation from me,
yeah.
This is premium blood, right?
So are you two actually blood brothers or like half brothers or what?
I don't really like to admit it, but yeah.
You actually blood brothers.
Yeah, we're blood.
I just wondered what the crack was like. I just wondered if you were like.
We've both got the same dads.
Yeah, but different.
That's the way society's going. Elton John and his fucking geezer have got how many kids?
Was it another brother?
They've got the same dads. They got the same dads. Fucking hell.
No, but that's what they tell everyone. We're fucking. It just doesn't work, does it? Exactly that. It just doesn't work.
For real, same mum and dad.
Yeah, same everything.
Same everything.
Yeah.
We're literally like the most related you could ever be.
Yeah.
But
cool. That's cool.
This geezer ended up with curly hair. This geezer ended up a lot slimmer.
Curly.
I ended up with straight hair, and I ended up with just a bigger body in some ways. He's taller, I'm stockier, and that's that. But if you actually see us if we were standing there in front of you, you'd be like, oh yeah, shit, you are brothers. It's weird. We do look the same in some ways.
Yeah.
But we don't in other ways. It's odd. I think he was born ginger as well, my brother.
I was, I was born ginger.
Yeah.
I was born ginger. Then, and I ain't ginger. I like to say that ginger. But then, yeah, we had blonde hair and blue eyes. But now, like my eyes are like greeny sort of colour. What colour are yours? Huh?
My colour are green as well.
Yeah, like they went this weird colour. Like a greenie.
Me and Nico Suave was comparing them like about a couple of years ago because she's got green eyes as well. And I was like, fuck, we're like 3% of the population. I showed her my eyes are actually green. A lot of people think they're blue, but they're not.
But mine went blue. Then they went like a dark, like they went sort of like greeny, like fucking brown. But now they're like green. They're like so my eyes have gone through some transition. It's weird.
Yeah, it's fucked. It's like the rarest eye colour as well, is like green.
Is it? Yeah. And ain't like blue only been the last few thousand years or something?
No,
like
blue's really common. Blue is really common. Brown is even more common. Brown is the most common.
Yeah, it's like...
Then it's blue. Then it's like some fucking hazel shit. I don't know. But like 3% of the population is like green. That's it. Other than that, oh mate, look at him. Yeah.
What is it?
That's a nonce. That is a paedophile and a half. That. Look at it. That's a fucking Gary Glitter. That mate. That's a.
No, you can't do that to.
I don't care.
No.
That's got nonce written over it. That's got nonce written over it.
Oh mate, chucking out them assumptions.
Who the fuck's that? Who the fuck's that anyway? Don't tell me it's a relative.
Oh no, it's not. It's not a relative. No.
Yeah, let's clear that up straight away.
Is it a lefty?
No, he's not a relative.
I know this is meant to be Lefty Half Hour, yeah, and this is the stuff that Luke sent me. So
I'm sorry, Alvaro. I'm sorry.
It's got to be a butt spotter.
Dan's dying with laughter at the minute, apparently.
Getting called a nonce and he ain't even.
It's not even the first time this guy's been called that as well. That's the funniest thing. And it's like it's.
I'm sorry if I dropped a clanger, guys, but you know you're gonna have to help me. Who the fuck is it?
It's not actually not your fault, really.
No, not at all. But bruv, look behind him. Look in the poster behind him, bruv, on his fucking right ear, like his right ear.
Yeah, it's Trump. Yeah, I spotted that.
Trump,
yeah.
Bruv.
Hey, you guys! Hey, you guys!
Who said it? Who said it though? I'll get a load of 32 years old.
He reminds me of Benny.
Get a load of 32 years old.
32 years old.
Yeah, he reminds me of Benny out of Crossroads. You remember Crossroads, old Benny?
Money in the bank.
Money in the bank.
Money in the bank.
I got a job, see?
Get a load of 32 years olds. Look at him. Look at that nose.
I even got him on my YouTube channel.
I want all the women on the stream to imagine waking up, your legs spread, feeling it, and this is staring down at you with his arms this way above your shoulders.
Yeah.
And I get a load of 32 years olds.
No.
And all the ladies don't get jealous of them eyebrows either.
Mm-hmm.
What video was it that I was saying that on?
Get him moist.
Was it this one?
Dan said, get him moist. Yeah. Kev Kelly, imagine him trying to snog you, trying to give it to you in the morning. Gonna get a load of 32 years olds.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was that one.
What, with his arms bent, bro?
Come round for some tea and ice cream.
Do you know he's got double jointed elbows? If any women think
he's got a jointed chin.
Oh, this was it. Oh fuck.
Yeah, he's got double jointed elbows.
Yeah, he looks like he's got a double chin and all.
Hey, you got a bit of a bum chin yourself.
I have. Look this.
I've got a little
ZZ top. He's got the old. Yeah, he has as well. He's
got a bit of a bum chin.
He's got the chiseled chin. Now that's the Gaston.
Yeah, I've got a little, what they call it, dimple in the chin there.
A Gaston, yeah, that's all right. There's no wrong with that. The old Gaston.
Here, let me show this. So, like, you have asked for it. I know what you're hinting at. You want me to show the video. People, if you don't get it, fair enough. But I'll just play it anyway. This is from my old YouTube channel. This is this guy.
Brutal. This is brutal.
I don't know why I'm showing this. I don't know why, seriously.
I managed to get
Scroll your thing down.
Your message.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Get rid of the other thing so we can see his actual face.
Video message saying someone in a.
Look at that nose.
Saying about pets and a pedo and all that.
All right.
He looks like he's had a couple of kilo up there.
What did someone say?
Yeah, get rid of the other thing, bro.
I heard
there's no other thing there.
In the background.
Yeah.
Are you seeing the stream? I'm seeing the stream.
Someone saying that I was pedo.
Oh, I don't know why it's gone like that. Oh shit, sorry.
Yeah, you're covering.
Yeah, you're right. Nice one, bro. Hang on. Just spazzed that for a sec. Hold on.
I managed to get your
What the fuck is going on?
I don't know. Can the audience hear it as well?
They should be able to hear it.
Yeah, anyway, guys, who made up all your podcast and your intro and all the rest of it? And you know, like when the show finishes, you've got all that like bit after with the little video clips and bits and pieces all put together. Like, who made all that up for you?
What?
your message.
You done it. Yeah, that's fucking.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, mate, that is absolutely wicked. It's fucking blinding.
Apparently,
You know,
Cheers,
it's like
video
when Luke
message
does seriously, mate.
saying
Like, I don't know how you do it or what editing tools you use or whatever, but you know, or how you make that shit up. I mean, I couldn't fucking do it, but you know, it's blinding. Like, especially like when Luke's like faced with the old flames and shit come out, and then he's like. Sounds like in Michael Jackson's Thriller when he says, "Oh, hello, Auntie Fred," and all that, and them little video clip bits at the end and all that are mixed in and all that. Yeah, it's fucking brilliant, mate. Blinding.
Cheers, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And I've got to give all the credit to Fonzi here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, though. That's why I asked who done
not-
it and everything. He said he done. But would you use some editing tool or some, you know, video editing suite or something?
Yeah, just professional ones that you got to pay for, really. They're quite expensive.
Right.
Yeah, like After Effects and, you know, stuff like that. Well, I've never done a course in it or anything. It's just that I was interested in it as a teenager. I wanted to... I missed that, actually, on the YouTube stuff, to be a YouTuber.
Yeah.
I went along with something else, pursued something else. And I think this is what I was always destined for. But I just missed out on it, I think. But, yeah, this is a random video anyway, I'll show people.
Vicky's story said, "What's Luke's tongue like?" Well, she didn't say Luke, but still.
I managed to get your message.
Oh, yeah.
Point is, people in the same family can be different. It depends on what DNA you end up made from. And can look different.
I'm playing the video, bro. Hold on.
Background.
Oh shit! Yeah, she's playing him. Teen Cat. Ah, here he goes. Look at this cunt. Look at that nose. Peter Griffin. Portuguese Peter Griffin.
Female in the background. With you two in there. You smiling. Someone saying that I was pedo or something like that.
Oh, are you serious? I'm watching it now.
Who is this dude?
Hang on, mate. Hang on.
It says it looks like the beginning of Darth Vader or something.
Look at Fonzie back in the day.
I've got to fucking mute you two. 2 seconds.
That,
bro, are you serious? Hold on, wait. Let me check. I'm watching it now. It says...
And someone called him a pest. Imagine what he'd fucking do if you fucking called him pedophile.
Who said that though?
Who said that? Who was it, Jake? You had a few people here earlier.
What was it, directly to me or
They said your
what?
dad was.
Your reviews.
Yeah.
Who said that? Do you know?
He's boat
I
ranked.
didn't even know. Like, I was sending you a video
Ugliest
message, so I
cunt in the world, isn't he?
don't even remember someone saying it, to be honest.
Who is it, or where'd you get him
It's
from?
not me who said it, so... I don't know what you want me
One's
to
just
say.
ended up
Yeah,
with
if
this
it was me that
fucking
said it, then
dickhead.
I could- He used to ring me, man. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
so that's who he was anyway. But like, I don't know what Aaron Way's come up tonight. Like, what?
How the fuck he pulled him?
Yeah.
He looks so pervy in the comments.
He looks like Mr. Airy Palms.
Mr. Airy Palms.
It's pure abuse coming his way thanks to us.
Yeah. Hey, you guys.
Mm. mate.
Oh God!
Shit.
I thought someone wrote bogey sniffer just then.
Bogey sniffer.
No, I randomly read it, but it didn't even exist anyway.
Yeah, what's this? Luke said he was a Viking. Yes, Scots English, that was my DNA. Yeah. Boo, we are very, very similar in that way. Mr. Boo or Mrs. Boo. Yeah, my DNA comes from the Scots and the Vikings, and the English. Bit of all that combined into making this fucking creature that you see before you.
Whatever made that, they've obviously been raped and pillaged.
I want to know who's left the 2 dislikes.
We oh, you know that was
reveal your fucking self.
No, we was literally, we were sent, like my ancestors, where my surname comes from. We were sent from Scandinavia to Scotland to be a completely aggro clan. Like our family clan was just sent there to cause aggro.
Clan Cage.
Yep.
Pretty much.
But this is what I said before. You remember, Luke, when I said before, like, you know, your name Luke Cage. I said I'm like Nick Pleasure. I said, but put our names together, like Nick Cage.
Yeah, well, or the pleasure cage.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, pleasuring cage or something like that.
The Pleasure Dome. The Pleasure Dome. The Pleasure Cage. Pleasure Cage, Pleasure Dome, yeah. But,
obviously, our real name isn't Cage, but if it's hard, isn't it? Because I can't go around just telling my real name. But
careful, because you'll be letting.
And the thing is, if he leaks his name, he leaks mine too.
Yeah.
So if it ever came about that we was in a position where we wanted to release it, we'd have to both come to the agreement.
Yeah. But you're pretty close to doing that already. That's why I was just saying, like, slow down a little bit, you know, because of our learned listening friends out there. Yeah, well, I thought so.
Oh, good luck finding our fucking name. Good luck.
Mate, I have been off the internet. I have been on the internet since very young. But even from very young, I was never stupid enough to put my name out there.
No.
Good fucking luck. I'd like to see someone do it.
Like, this is a challenge to Antifa right now. Find my real name. I dare you. Because you won't. It just really won't happen. So,
who's smart, man?
That's why I used to trawl chat lines before the internet come out. Before the internet was come around, I used to trawl chat lines. That's how I got my Dorises. I know it's a little bit subject, but still.
Best fucking.
Oh, fuck it.
Best fucking luck, dears, you motherfuckers. You ain't finding shit. No, honestly, they're not finding shit. So, good luck.
Go ahead, Antifa. Make my day. Do you feel lucky, punk?
Best of luck, dears. You ain't finding shit. Stay.
Yeah, I'd love to see it, man. I'd love to see it.
You know, I'd really love it if some Antifa wanted to come on the show and like have a little debate or even drop some comments. You know, it'd heighten the evening. It'd really make it something worthwhile. I mean, we're worthwhile anyway. We're worth more than $1 million, but more than their weight in gold. But boy, you know,
I want to, like, honestly, Antifa or some lefties, please come on the show, please.
Yeah.
Beg of you, come on the show. We'll have a
We will
chat.
welcome you. We will welcome you. You know.
Yeah. I'm good as gold. I'm good as gold every week. I come on here and I respect my guests, even though you've said you've sucked some lady boys' dicks. I've respected you since you come on here, and no
Well,
problem.
no. Not that I've sucked some ladyboy dicks. It's some ladyboy just sucked my dick.
Oh, right.
Let's get it right. Let's get it right.
Oh, mate. Yeah. No, I just didn't know there was a difference.
No, yeah.
I've got him there. He's It's like when Ross Kemp, Ross Kemp interviewed a South African gang in prison, yeah? Or is it a Brazilian? I can't remember. Anyway, he interviewed this geezer in prison, and he was like, "Yeah, we got these guys that come in there like women, and like we do what we do with them." Then Ross Kemp was like, "Well, ain't that gay?" And the guy was like, "No, because I'm not receiving." And Ross Kemp was like, "Yeah, but it is. You're fucking a man. It's gay." And the geezer was adamant. He was like, "No, I'm not."
He's a giver, not a return.
That was South Africa.
Oh, mate. Was it? Yeah, thanks. I'm glad you knew, because
I know the interview. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fuck, man. It was just.
Can I just say, Omnis and Morrisang are on here now. It's my boy and Morrisang.
Alexander. Yes. Our friend Alexander.
My life is enriched knowing this.
Yeah.
You know, I absolutely love the way our friend Alexander talks.
Good night,
yeah, he's a
yeah, dude.
Diamond.
Yeah.
Fonz, I've got 5% battery on my tablet.
Right. So, is there any questions we want to ask Crusader before we wrap it up?
Double quick.
And is there any more things you want to say, Crusader?
There is nothing I can do
good
about
stuff.
5% battery.
You know, I only want to say that I'm a one-way street, but as I said before, you know, any cock will do. But anyone that's thinking about going to Thailand or not getting involved in that scene, you know, as I said, going to Thailand, not having a ladyboy is like going to Turkey and not having a kebab. Other than that, get subscribing to my channel, Patriotic Crusader, ASAP right now.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Lovely jubbly. Is there anything anyone wants to ask him? If you do, whack it in the comment sections. We'll give it 2 minutes, and then we'll wrap this up between me and Luke.
Yeah. And it's been a great night, guys. It's been a great night, guys. I've enjoyed it.
Absolutely.
You know?
Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
You know,
And before my battery dies, can I just say all the people here.
But we'll have to do it again sometime. If you don't get any other special guests on next week or whenever, let us know. And you know,
our special. Can I just plug that now? Our special guest for next week is Katie from the Child Movement and all that business wherever they're on. So I already lined them.
And yeah. Sorry, go for it.
No, I've got 2% battery. I mean, it's suddenly just dropped.
Can you not plug it in? Is it already plugged in?
Well, let's take you on next week.
No,
I'll say take you on next week. I'll be up in the comments section. So I will be there in the comments section next week. Then, if you've got Katie up or whatever. So,
yeah,
lovely.
She's a great girl. She really is a great girl.
Yeah,
love her to pieces. She's one of my good mates. So yeah, I think I'm gonna die.
All right, no worries.
He's died. Sweet. I'll wrap it up. Looks like I've got to do it. All right, nice one, mate. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks very much, and I look forward to it again. I've enjoyed it. Nice one, everybody. Subscribe, Patriotic Crusader. Catch you all soon.
Lovely. Good stuff, mate.
Okay.
So, you're not going to be able to see me, but you can see this gorgeous guy here, which I'll act like I am. Right, just act like he's saying it, okay? So, if you can see that, I wanted to say if there's, like, we done the Tony Toppy thing, yeah, which was UFOs. Please come on the Telegram, and it should be in the link underneath in the description, okay? So if you go in the Telegram, type in there what you would like to see next time. Like if you don't want to see UFOs, if you want to see some psychics come on that are proclaimed psychics, if you want to see some people that are into conspiracy theories, like we had Lee Garrett, which was in to 5G. If you want to see, let me know what you want to see. Let us know what you want to see, because that episode went well, and we'd like to do more stuff like that. We probably won't get another guest on that was like Tony Toppy, and he was pretty good. Pretty good guy. But we can make it happen. So please, if you want to see some of that, jump in there. If you've enjoyed tonight as well, please hit the like button. That means a lot to us. And if you're not subscribed already, subscribe. And if you are subscribed already, but haven't hit the little bell icon, please hit the bell icon, because then you get alerts when we go live. So thank you, everyone. Sorry you can't see us at the minute, but you know, you get a view of this lovely guy right here. So, yeah, much love, peeps. And catch you soon. Next Wednesday, we've got Kate on. So, yeah, all good, man. Thank you very much.